everyone. Hello, and welcome back to Edge of Legend. Thank you for being here and for giving us time with the holidays and the hiatus. We're so excited to come back. And I believe this is episode 62? 62, Fred? 62?
61, because oh no, the last one was 61. Never mind. You're right.
60 something.
It's whatever it is today's episode, and it's going to be the most perfect episode that today we'll have. Oh, what's up? What?
We got raided by Johanna.
Oh, we got raided by Johanna. Thank you so much, Johanna, for the raid.
Thank you.
Awesome to see you. And thank you for the sub, Eric Jackson. I love having such great energy. I love it. We're just getting started, so why don't we stop wasting time and get started? Firstly, we're going to introduce you to all these amazing people you see on screen. You're going to tell us who you are, who you play, what your pronouns are. We're going to be starting off with Michael Powell. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, I am Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa. And yeah, he's a human investigator, and our pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Excellent. Next up, Kylie, please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. Really doesn't really. Wow, 1 week off. Look what it does to me. It really does not matter at this point. I play Shionabis the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Excellent. And looking at the awesome thicket of tentacles, I never thought I'd say those words ever in my life. It looks like we're being raided by Blue Suit. Blue Suit, great to see you and the rest of the tentacle party. That's not another thing I'd ever want to say in my life, but thank you for being here. We hope you enjoy episode 62. Next up, Sam, please. Sam, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
First of all, every time you raid Blue Suit, I will do the tentacle dance. Just so you know.
Yes.
Just so you know. Yes, hello. I am Sam Sterling, and I play Ichipokton Papaqui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita. And our pronouns are she, her.
Very nice. Next up, we got Sidney. Sidney, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. My pronouns are she, her, as is my character Alona, who is a half-elf cloistered cleric.
Nice. And last and certainly never least, Ian, please let us know who you are, who you're playing, what your pronouns are.
My name is Ian. I'm happy that PJ was not referring to my beard as a thicket of tentacles, which I thought we were going to get a hard PJism. But tonight I am playing Woodward and rolling for his little friend Mush, the badger, and our collective pronouns are he, him.
Excellent. Well, I guess that just leaves the little old me. My name is PJ Megaw. I am the GM of Edge Legends and Nat 20 Productions. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between in today's episode 62. If you haven't had a chance yet to check out the awesome recap that we have on YouTube / Nat 20 Prods, please check it out and see Sam's awesome recap. But if you didn't see Sam's awesome recap, here's what you missed in episode 61. So a lot of stuff happened. There was the big Zaka fight, and Alona did the door on the brain, and through the power of role play, we were able to take a boss fight of death and turn it into some therapy where we healed the inner child. It was really great. It was a wonderful moment. Ian was a little frustrated, I think.
No, I was gone at the time. I had to step away, and I came back, and all of a sudden there was a door on someone's forehead, and we were going through thought memory. And as far as I could tell, I was rolling for initiative. So just now I'm remembering all of that.
Oh my God. You gotta love the beauty of these tabletop role-playing games. Like, I'm gone for 5 minutes, and suddenly we're doing this like lawnmower man brain scan thing. What happened?
Fantasy therapy.
It's kind of like that community meme where, you know, Troy walks into a room with the pizzas and everything's on fire.
Yep. Absolutely. Joe in the chat was like, Psychonauts? Yes, it's actually 100% Psychonauts. I'm a huge fan of the game, and I love that. And yeah, so that happened, and then the battle ended with roleplay, and Zaka kind of asked for forgiveness, and Zaka and the entirety of what was left of the his tribe and his army has now joined up with your collective forces. So you have the Red Rock tribe, you have the Black Spear tribe, you have the Blue Rock tribe, to my knowledge, working with you. And of course, you have everyone that you called reinforcements in a long time ago. And after that, there was some partying, some talking. Woodward and Ichi decided to go to Agrippa upon a Bear for like a morning drink. And upon partying and leaving, they looked up and they saw smoke in the sky and were able to track its source to Bryax. And then they saw the familiar corpse dragon castle floating in the sky, as Korokos has been invading Bryax for some time. And this is where we start episode 62 of Edge of Legend, picking up now with the heroes. I'll leave it up to Ichi and Woodward. Do you want to take the Isuo Express back to Adalphon Prime, or do you want to do some more role play?
I think we're gonna walk. I think we're just gonna take our time. I think we're just gonna, that's a good thing that's not our city. And then just kind of like pal it back
She
home.
looks at Woodward and is like, well, about time to hit that dusty trail.
Yeah, I'd say we got to get moving. As much as I love watching grass grow, I don't think we got time for it now. And yeah, I think we're gonna take off back. A lot of strange use of doors last game.
Yeah.
But head back to that magic door, and we didn't actually have a door in Bryax, did we?
No, I don't believe
think
there
we
was
did.
an Isuo's house in Bryax.
It's gonna be as close as we can get through the door. Yeah, I think we are going to book it on back. And I have no idea where the rest of the gang is in the city.
I want to say, let's see. I know Rufo
wait.
is doing. Oh,
There's the queen, the ice queen, and the princess and her handmaiden. We're all having a meeting as we want to go through that. Right. I don't think we could track down Rufo if we tried with all of his shadow connections at this point. So we're just gonna hope he shows up. Oh, maybe I could get the dogs on it. They won't know what they stumble across. So yeah, that's most of us. We just got to find the ice queen. Oh no, wait, that you guys did stuff after I left. You're with Felix Chance now. Ew.
We could just go and yell in the street.
Yeah, I know that's what worked last time. So
Yeah, we have a history.
so just so I know, you're going back to Alphone Prime, and you're just yelling in the street, correct?
that's how I found everybody else in the city.
Dope.
For the most part, yeah, like asking around, have you seen the heroes that saved your lives? But if you shorthand yelling through the
street. Ichi's asking people, and in the background, off and far, you end up hearing Alona, shouting off in the background as Woodward goes waddling down the street.
All right. Everyone make me perception checks.
So how unprepared is that?
26.
Jeez. Nice.
15.
Yeah, I'm doing the yelling. I got a 16. They're supposed to find us, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Part of the Green War.
No, I'm about to say no. That's all. Tangentially, maybe, but directly, no.
Korokos is involved, Rufa. There's specifically things to do with the war involved in this yelling. Did that help?
Yeah.
You know what? If you're gonna do that, yeah, sure. You get the +1.
Yeah. 19 then.
Okay. So 19, 26. Kylie, what was your perception check?
28.
28. So, Rufa, the commission has basically wrapped up its business for this evening, and as you leave, and the sun is kind of in this weird hazy overcast, you hear a very familiar voice yelling for Alona. Alona, where are you at the time in the city where you would absolutely, definitely recognize a voice screaming your name?
That's a great question because I'm not with any. I'm alone. I'm with Morel. And
Okay.
we're at the mile.
Okay.
We're at the religious place.
Sure, the Righteous Mile. Are you in prayer? Are you reading? Are you just having conversation?
We're taking a stroll.
Taking a nice, delightful stroll. All right. So you're strolling around. You're seeing a bunch of different statues, and Morel is just kind of going, I really like that one. You know, everyone always says the god of love is misunderstood. And I think that what was that? What? It just kind of seems distracted for some reason, like he heard something.
Well, that sounds like Woodward. I'd love to hear about your thoughts about the god of love later, but I think we should go.
Oh yeah, no, of course. You go do your thing. I'll just stand here and look at the god of love, I guess.
No, you can come too. This involves you.
Oh,
we're
right.
there. We're past that point.
Normally, sometimes I just wait for orders and I go from there. This is terrific. I love it.
And she runs off towards Woodward's voice.
All right. So I guess the question is, where is Sheotibus? Is this like fresh after your deal with Felix Chance?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right. So you're leaving his temple / casino and feeling that weird spasm in the back of your eyeball that, you know, was kind of put there when the deal was made. You know, you have that weird struggle, and then you hear that that voice, Alona! Alona!
That actually works really well.
It's
I wasn't
gone.
like that, but it actually worked really well.
The minute you did that, I was like, this brilliant man has no idea the brilliance he's unlocked.
God. I'll start heading towards Woodward and just like, ow. I can't. Ow. What? Ow. Just start walking.
Okay. So you all reconvene somewhere in the middle of Adelphon Prime streets where Woodward is yelling and Ichi is also joining in the choir. And Woodward, Ichi, please regale your fellow choir mates.
Alona, oh, there you are.
Hey, I brought Morel.
Oh,
I'm here.
we had a great time, and then we saw an entire town about to have a bad time.
Not so great a time for other towns.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Where?
So first off, so I really like the type and pint, right? And so the going over there, we went over that way, and then it turns out that it's, you know, right, Bryax is next door, and Bryax is getting attacked by Korkos again. Like another time.
Oh my.
He's got the dragon thing, the whole deal.
Well, we were distracted.
Well, we were kind of dealing with our own army, but we got a bigger army now to go to Bryax, so we should probably make it quick.
Yeah, but it's gonna take us. How many days is Bryax gonna be in ashes?
Well, we used Isuo's door to get to a grip upon a bear. Smoke on the horizon. What is that, 150, 200 miles? Yeah, it's going to take some time, but I don't know how fast the bats are at this point. They got us here.
Well, we can't fit an entire army through Isuo's house.
No, we can't. But we can definitely come up with reinforcements sooner rather than later. Even if it's just the couple of us we got here.
All right, let's go.
Out of the character question.
Mm-hmm.
Are the forces that was defending Brax still there?
How would you know?
I believe it was a crash, so I'm going to say yes. Because the last time they came through, it was utter destruction. So there's definitely some of them, but I definitely think we have a Battle of the Bulge situation going on here.
What's that?
Yeah, I was like nodding. I'm like, yes.
World
I
War
remember history class.
Yeah.
World War II stalemate. But the line basically did this Battle of the Bulge going through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I want to say the
Stalemate.
price of a mile is in reference to
Right,
Battle of the
right,
Bulge.
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
like how much death do you need to actually break a line and move back? And it's a whole thing.
the whole
Really
thing.
proud that
It's
I knew
gross.
That reference.
Woo!
hero
Yay.
point for Kylie. What'd you say, PJ?
Ah,
I think you did hear correctly. Hero point for Kylie.
Yes.
And hero point for Ian too, because I'm a huge World War 1 and 2 buff, because I'm a nerd. I'm a dumb nerd, so references rock on.
Well, if that makes you a dumb nerd, there's 2 of us here.
yeah.
Yeah,
That makes-
buddy. That's
Yes,
what's up.
that's 3 of us now. Yeah.
'Cause
3 of
math,
us. All right.
You know. Math.
AE, I do like the
Math
AE
nerds.
channel.
A&E is great. A&E is wonderful. Okay, so sounds like you all want to go to Bryax atop your bats, your magical flying bats. Is that correct?
I can we travel through Isuo's door and then take the bats to just like really cut that stuff short?
But
Yeah.
will the bats
Good.
how soon do the bats have to take off for them to meet us as we go through the door?
Fair enough. So they do kind of have to come down and meet you to
Because
pick
it's like a
up.
whole teleportation thing, right? If they're in this city, we just basically teleport to the other one. They still have to travel the distance.
Yeah.
Unless we really want to RP shoving a bat through Isuo's door, which I am here for.
I will offer this if you want to. Basically you can use the bats to fly faster, basically spurring them on. What this means is that you'll all have to make ride checks to like redline your bats. They will not be able to fly you out of there. They'll be tired and they'll have to rest for about a day. So they can speed as fast, get you there by like dinner time, but they can't fly you out. They'll be exhausted.
Let's go, Tesla.
Before we do that, we should let like somebody in charge of the army and the forces know, like Master Dominus or somebody, about what's going on. Maybe
In Bryax?
yeah.
That's totally that. Yeah, actually have Adelphon at our back for this one.
Yeah.
Not just hey guys, we gotta go. Make sure they don't just mistake it for an ice cream run.
You gotta go. You gotta leave.
So
You gotta go. I love that.
Yeah, we're not going out for cigarettes.
All right, so you want to let the military know so they reinforce you, or you want the military to just stand ready at Adelphon Prime? We'll make sure I know what you're getting at.
okay, if we have more room, I think we take Korokos with us, just because that's going to be demoralizing as hell.
True.
Or not Korokos, sorry.
Zaka.
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 Sorry. We take
Gotcha,
Zaka
gotcha.
with us to meet Korokos because that's going to be demoralizing. That means, at least in some respect, he knows that Adelphon Prime is fine. If we can get to that point.
PJ, can I roll a warfare lore check to figure out how long it'll take for Adelphon's army to actually get to Bryax?
Yes, you can. Give me a quick one, +1 because of the Green War.
Question while he's doing math.
Mhm.
Where's the Red Rock tribe?
Good question. The Red Rock tribe, if I remember correctly, I want to say they're still chilling in the Godlands of Azmakon. If
Oh.
not, then they're chilling somewhere on whatever highest mountain side there would be in Adelphon Prime, which would probably be by the north.
Right outside of Bryax? Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Well, when you put it that
No.
way.
I got a 28.
All right, 28. You know that you probably have a couple 100,000 soldiers that are slated to be there in total from different nations for one massive full frontal army. But right now you have maybe 50,000 to 100,000. That war march would take a week. It's so many people, they can't rush them, because if they do, they're going to trample their own men. The resources to catalog, inventory, carry, and go. If everything was perfect, it'd take a week.
Okay. Rufus gonna let the party know that all that, and probably suggest that they get mobilizing, but if anything, as reinforcements in case it becomes like a battle of the bulge type of situation.
Yeah, I think at this point we need to move with just the Orcish forces.
Yeah.
Leave everybody else at Adelphon,
Yeah.
honestly,
have-
because if he
yeah.
can just turn that castle dragon thing around,
Yeah.
we don't want to take everybody from the city.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So clarification: you're bringing Zaka. Are you bringing the full might of Zaka's people down on top of Korkos? Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Bringing the Spear Tribe. Got it. Okay, cool. All right.
How many minutes of flight would it take an unladen swallow to get to
Ooh,
Bryax?
African or European? I gotta know. They're two different things.
Nubian.
A Nubian. I mean,
we got nothing but the best. So
You do. You really do. But you also have much farther because you're coming from the triumvirate continent. So I'm going to say 3 days.
Okay. Damn. I was hoping to save us room on the bats that I could turn into like a hawk or eagle or something, but it only wild shape only lasts a minute at a time.
Oh, you mean you're the
So-
bird? Oh,
Yeah.
No, I thought you were actually trying to get them from Nubia.
Oh no.
Correct.
I was just trying to make a reference to the Anyway.
Right. Okay. So if you want to redline your magical bats to get to Bryax, I want ride checks from everyone. By ride checks, I want acrobatics or animal handling. The choice is yours. But I'm sorry, animal handling is a part of nature. Nature or
Okay.
acrobatics, your choice.
Good.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
I was about to
definitely
go.
going with
huh?
nature. 23.
Ooh, 23. That sounds lovely.
Yes.
Quite right. Pinky's up now.
Yes. Tesla and I are tight, man.
I love that you named the flying bat Tesla. That is dope.
I forgot that I did until I looked at some of my old notes and I was like, yep, this is good.
23. All right. And what'd you get, Ian?
Curious. I have the ride feat specifically because I knew Mush was eventually going to be my mount.
Mhm.
If I use it for a command an animal you're mounted on to take a move action such as stride, you automatically succeed instead of needing to attempt a check. Would that count for this bat or not? If not, I can totally roll.
I
But
will allow it to affect the DC, making it effectively an easy DC of your level. So it's basically 2
Great.
less for you.
then I shall roll. You said nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm good at. If I can spell, I'll get a 18.
Beat it by 1 point, my dude. You got it.
Hey, feet comes in handy.
Kylie, what was your acrobatics or nature check?
So question.
Answer.
Am I able to take Beatrice instead?
Do you want to take Beatrice
I
instead?
would like to take Beatrice.
Okay. Now, last time you did the bonding thing with her, it went okay, a little dicey. So what I'll do is I'll make it, it's going to be not a hard, let's see.
I already rolled for acrobatics, but then I was
Mhm.
like, but Beatrice. So
Also, I'll make the DC 1 point harder, which is in between easy and hard. So tell me what the total was.
26.
You kicked the ass out of that DC. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Sam, what was your acrobatics or nature check?
19 acrobatics.
Okay, that is on the dot. And Michael, what was your check?
25.
Yeah, easily. So 4 bats and a giant red rock war griffin start hauling ass as fast as they can from Alphon Prime to Bryax. Along the way, you have made sure to let Zaka know what you're doing. And though you weren't there when the message was handed to him, you can only imagine a sort of sick and satisfying, sinister smile crosses his face as he kind of crumples the letter and tells his people, we need to go say hello to Korokos. So they're coming. They'll be there probably by the end of the day. Like, that kind of like first light, that's when they arrive. Alphon Prime starts to mobilize, not to leave, but like to stand ready in case they are called in. They're looking for a signal to start marching if they want to, if you guys want them to.
Light the bonfires of for Gondor.
So the wings of your bats.
Where were you when Bryax fell?
Probably not.
Everyone's great.
So the winds of your mighty magical steeds pound against the wind, and you can just feel the rush. I'm going to say Alona takes the lead because she has a speed demon inside of her, and Alona's just like caressing the front until suddenly Shionomis just goes, yeah, bet, cracks the reins of it, and this giant war griffin just eclipses you. Eventually, though, the smoke on the horizon becomes thick and present as you are now on the outskirts of Bryax. You can tell from where you are that there's been fighting for days here. You can't quite tell how many because Bryax was already in kind of some disarray. Landing, do you want to land inside the city where you can definitely see is the war zone, or do you want to land outside the city on the fringes and move in off of your beasts?
But how badass would it be if we just landed? Just like boom. Stare. But anyway, that was dramatic effect. What, Ian?
I want a superhero landing. And it's specifically because I still have another one of those talismans. It's the what is it, leaf talisman, the snap leaf talisman.
Yeah.
It makes me invisible for a minute.
It makes you either invisible or when you land, whichever comes first.
Well, falling off of a bat means that the invisible or the landing's going to probably happen first. So I want to break a talisman and jump off my bat.
All right. Anyone else want to have this hero landing moment? Would be all alone if no one goes with them. I feel we should put that out there.
Oh, go with them. Yeah.
Can I carry mush?
I don't know if I have that.
I think we do that.
You're just going
We
to land
can
with
push a
Mush?
little parachute.
Oh wait, mush is bigger than I am now. I forgot about that.
Can we give Mush a little parachute?
Just
Parachute.
as like this giant thing is like.
It's like a mushroom cap.
Yeah.
So, assuming you all take the hero pose, I'll give you all just the snap leaf drop to the ground. So, imagine, if you will, let me set the scene here. The city of Bryax, this beautiful stone structure, is now a cold and desolate place where the ringing of steel and the constant spewing of smoke has turned its once vibrant life into a kind of a cold, macabre casket of a city. You can feel and hear the pumping and thumping of dwarvish blood and hearts as off on the horizon you see a whole army of dwarves clashing steel with rather unusual looking orcs whose bodies are wrapped in cloth, face half covered, arms wrapped to the elbow, and it looks like their numbers are bulging back, bulging farther, and you see the front line. On the front line you see a cleric with a red jewel carved in a heart with a lion's face coming out as this cleric reaches a weapon high in the sky, and he says, if we love ourselves and we love our home, we cannot fall back, we will not fall this day, love will win. And right next to him you see this grumpy dwarf just loading a shell into a gun. He goes, stuff it, Brian, unfortunately I ain't got time for your love bullshit. You see a giant shell fire out of this cannon, and the enemy just parts like the sea. Behind them you hear, on your left, buds, rink it, and coming out of the back, piercing a veil of smoke, you see Merrick, leader of the crash, hit a ramp on his war chair, slam onto an orc, and drag this war axe crashing into the enemy. The front line is ended. Are made as two more dwarvish women come up with shields and swords and scream, from forge I was made, from forge I was made perfect, and with hammer and steel I will die perfect. And these two clerics of the hammer and forge, the dwarven god who created the world, storm to the front as all of a sudden you see fire and smoke envelop them. And as they're holding off the orcish army, suddenly 5 beams of light hit the ground. The smoke moves apart, and standing in the smoke, slowly getting up, 3-point stance like badass heroes. The heroes themselves arrive, and you hear across the way, about damn time, boss. I'm starting to get a little worried you was never going to show. Welcome to the Battle of Bryax. The dwarves are happy to have you.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm in shock because I don't know what Woodward would say at this point in the middle of all this, especially with if we are on the front line though. As much as I'd love to get to know these individuals, I want to get to know them after the fight. I think I want to lay into this if everyone else is ready.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, if it's to be battle, then initiatives are to be rolled. Everyone give me an initiative check.
The Battle of Bryax. What a cool name. Oh no. Oh, that's not that bad. 17. What?
17 for Sidney.
21.
Kylie's got a 21.
I
Ian, what you got for me? Oh, what's that, Michael?
I was gonna say I actually got a good initiative roll for like once.
Nice.
26.
Heck
Ooh.
yeah. All right. Ian, what you got for me?
I'm dragging at the back of the pack with a 15 right now.
15. Okay. Okay. Sam, what you got?
16.
16. Okay. Joe, if you can hear me, could you please play Forget Your Training? Let's get some fight music. I think the heroes need to have a little battle soundtrack. So when the music starts, we will start off with the battle. But as you start entering, the way we're going to do this is much like the Battle of Fort Raggedy. Every time you have an action, the enemy will have an action as well. So it'll be like bop, 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 bop. Now, that being said, free perception checks all around really quickly. Or if you don't want to roll perception, you can roll Arcana or you can roll Nature.
Oh.
25 perception.
Nice. 25 position from Sam.
I got a 13.
13. Nice.
Luna's just really excited she got to do a hero pose.
I got another 26.
5, 26,
Ooh.
13. What'd you got from Ian?
You said perception check is perception or nature, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take perception for a total of a 13.
13. Okay.
Woodward's also just excited to be here.
Now, see, what I'm blaming it on is actually, I'm blaming the low initiative order and everything else on his height. It took him longer to reach the ground since everyone's taller. So he's just last in the order because he's the last one to hit the, yeah.
There we go. There's the fat music. And Kylie, what's yours?
22.
22. So as you start running towards the enemy, so basically you have about 2 lines of orcs, and they're just battering against the last standing defense that the dwarves have. The orcs turn. They look at you. Now, some of you just see unfortunate targets, but others you start seeing something unusual. At this point in time, you've been spending 3 months, maybe not more, fighting the Green Army, fighting orcs, fighting so much. You've never seen orcs hide their lower half of faces in rags. You've never seen them wear rags. They wear next to nothing except whatever makes them, proud and is reminiscent of their home. These orcs are really well covered and are carrying no weapons, but you see them with bare fists putting dimples into steel breastplates and with open claws ripping chainmail from flesh. Now you collide with this rank of orc. First up in the battlefield, we have Michael opening the gates of battle. Michael, 3 actions. What do you do?
All right, first action. Let's go with a demoralize.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll open up with demoralize. So let's see. Actually, it's been a while since I used demoralize. So I roll a let's see, what is it? Intimidation, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, actually, wait. Before I do that, I actually get to do my devise a stratagem thing.
Sure.
Oh, I had that. Okay. All right. Now demoralize. Oh. Ooh, this is good. Ooh, this is gonna get fun.
All right, hit me with that number. What is it?
All right, let me add some numbers. Plus 9. That is a 29.
29.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Rufa kind of like he has his bladed whip, kind of does that, Indiana Jones like overhead whip crack, and goes, "Never fear, for we are here."
It is a critical success on demoralization. The entire back rank of orcs see you, and you kind of see them like up on their tippy toes, kind of stop and falter, and then look confused, and then just look bewildered at your dramatic entrance. I believe that's 1 action. You have 2 more actions left.
My second action, it's basically I did that devise a stratagem thing, and I got a 27 on that. But I'm going to use that as a hold action. The trigger is anybody gets within the range of Rufus' whip from where he's at right now. First enemy, I want to play first enemy. He's going to trip him.
Got it. Okay. All right. Next up, so the orcs are going. The entire back army is now going to just start flooding into you guys. They're frightened from the demoralization of whip crack, but the back rank is starting to flood into you guys. Some of them come up. This will provoke your trigger, Rufa. So go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. Oh, that was a 27 because it's devised stratagem. So she strike.
That will be a dirty crit. Roll damage.
All right. Wait, I think Trip just knocked.
Oh, Trip. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, my bad. I was thinking roll to hit. You trip them. You see the leg hit the first one, and he just flies, does like a half flip, lands on his back of the neck, his kind of feet cording into his own skull, and then he lands prone. He is not good. But the other 20 people are still running over him.
In Michael's head, my head, I'm going, and Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Now one of them will try to hit you. This will be for 27 to hit. Is that a dirty crit?
Hits.
Okay,
that hits. That's not a crit though.
Good. No, that's fine. That's fine. You're going to be taking 7 damage as it runs up, jumps up, and you see this giant fist extend into Superman punch, and it collides with your chest cavity, just right in your solar plexus. Next up, we have Kylie. Kylie, the enemy is upon you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to mark his prey.
Okay.
And we're gonna fire. Yeah. I'm gonna use my precision as well.
Yes, all right.
That is going to, hold on, quick math. A lot of quick math. That's a 31 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's a very dirty crit. I love it. Double the damage. Slaughter this man.
I think I would have dice that already, but no. No. That's going to be 4d8. I need another d8.
Wait, you're using your bow. That has deadly on it, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, oh god, I always get the rules confused. I think deadly, the D10 comes at the end. Yes. Yeah. Deadly comes at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Math real fast. Plus 10. Nope, not that one. 8. It's a D4. How's that so hard? So 25 damage.
Wow!
The first one.
All right, 25 damage. You see the arrow fly, and tell me the tale of how you kill this guy.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Is he in combat with anyone else?
The one that you just killed?
Yeah.
No, he was running towards you.
Cool. I just kind of close one eye and kind of like squint because it hurts. Freaking Felix. And then just like, I think I like don't aim quite well and I let it go and it's just going to go just like through the top of the neck, just at the bottom of the jaw, and just like square through on the other side and just kind of stick right in the middle.
Yeah, so you give him a long distance shish kebab and he just and then falls down dead. That was what, one, 2 actions? One action?
Actions.
So you still have 2 left.
One more time. Yeah. Ooh, we're gonna use another hero point. We're gonna put that dice in dice jail. Let's go. I just rolled 2 1s right in a row. which makes it my third one of the night.
Oh no!
Wow.
It's fine.
That is some evil math. I don't like it.
At least you're always number one.
Thanks, Sam.
Yes.
That's it for my turn.
Okay. Well, you still got that one good kill. Next up, the other orc's gonna go. The one that you missed, is going to try and attack you. Runs up, goes for a giant punch again, and misses terribly. Kind of stumbles past you just a bit, and then looks and sees you like, I don't know, give him that look like dead to rights. And the orc's, from what you can see of his eyes, is kind of sweating a bit under the kind of loosely woven wraps around his face. Next up is Sidney. What are you gonna do, Sid?
Alona gets to hit something, but I'm Ichi right now, so I get to smash things. Can I have your character sheet, Sam? I'm just messing. So Alona is going to initiate her slam dance boots for one action, and then she's going to stride and use the boots to kick someone in the face.
Nice.
Yeah. She's gonna hit him. This is the first time she gets to hit someone with her feet. Okay.
I like that the wraps of the pacifist are on your hands, so you specifically kick somebody. You're like, well, just send it to him.
You get a good point. So I kind of imagine as soon as like Roof, well, let's see if I hit first. I'm just gonna aim for a guy. Does a, what do we add to hit again? Oh my god. Where's that thing?
So yeah, that's going to be proficiency bonus at unarmed strikes. So your level +2, and you're gonna put your, let's say, dex modifier on that.
Level +2, and then my level +2, and then dex mod.
Mhm.
Well, that's not much. I got 12.
You got 12.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the die face again? Just out of curiosity.
The die face was 10.
It was 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no, you'll definitely hit, because 10. What's your dex mod? 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
Level
level. Oh, I did math wrong. Ha ha. Ha ha.
It's quite all right.
Ha ha. Plus my level. I just did +2. And we're level 4. 2 + 4 is 6. And then 6 + 10 is 16.
Hell yeah. Well, the good thing is that means you absolutely hit. So go ahead and roll damage on this guy.
I will. That's gonna be 3d6. Wait, no. Yeah, 3d6 for the slam dance boots, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the most powerful thing I have. Yeah, wow! 13 damage.
Nice. Tell me the tale of how you killed this guy. You took
What?
you took a life.
Uh-oh.
What?
You killed him.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. No, because that was
Don't catch those feet in the pit.
yeah.
Those boots are ready.
Dude, they'll stomp
Oh
you
my
Not just
out.
made for walking.
Yeah.
Well, Alona, I feel like it's just a little too into it. She's like zooming in, and she gets her foot out, and she just goes right to the head, and then she looks, and then there's a little bit more blood than she was expecting, and then he kind of goes limp, and then she kind of stares at it for a minute, and then she's catatonic now. She's frozen. She's completely stopped in battle. She's just staring. There's nothing else. She's just staring.
All right. Yeah, you do this awesome kick-ass drop kick, and you hit him, and you kind of feel this, and you see his head kind of whip back, and his face kind of vanishes as a pink mist fires out the back of his skull, and he drops.
It was only 13!
He didn't have 13 HP.
These boots were made for killing. And
That's
that's just what they'll do.
Now, clarification that I will offer, because you have the hand wraps of Heavenly Peace that lets all your like physical strikes become non-lethal. Granted, the boots are a little different; they project force, but since they come from your feet from this point on, if you'd like that to be non-lethal damage, I'd be more than happy to let you combine that, as long as you remind me.
No.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna let her screw this one up.
All right.
We're gonna let her screw this one up, and we're gonna see how she deals with it. Yay!
All right.
Oh no.
One of the other. Okay, another D20 because that one went all the way off the table. The other one starts to charge up at you. Does a 13 hit you, Alona?
Does a 13 hit me? No!
No. So as you just bottom out this dude's face, like you see kind of leapfrogging over him another one of the orcs who does this giant punch and misses just a little bit and then comes up in a high guard to protect himself on the opposite end of that. Next up we have Sam. Orcs all on top of you.
I see Alona a little catatonic there, getting assaulted by orcs. So I'm gonna run over there and do, what is it, my bashing charge? Is that what it's called? So just run right into that dude, punch him in the face, the one that's attacking Lona.
All right, you punch him with your hand or you punch him with your weapon?
Oh, yeah, no, punch him with my weapon.
You can totally punch him with a hand. I just want some clarification.
No. Punching with my weapon.
All right, I'm getting the renegade die. The funny thing is when the die landed on the ground, it was a critical fail, but it doesn't matter because he missed anyway.
All right, that's the retribution axe. That's 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Ah. Get me a d12. 11. That's what's 11 plus 5? 15 points.
All right, tell me the tale of how you destroyed this poor unfortunate soul.
I see Alona standing there looking at what she had done. Ichi's like, oh no, no, and sees that if she doesn't snap out of it, she's gonna become orc meat. So she is running, breaks out the axe, and just like at the end of her run, does a leaping chop and chops the guy out of the way and turns around to Alona, is like, hey Alona, you all right?
Alona doesn't respond. She's
Okay, just stay right behind me.
All right.
Just real quick,
Yeah.
Sam, when you were like, oh no, no. All I could think of was, oh no, our table. I hate myself for it.
Oh no,
Oh no,
our healer is broken.
I hate myself. Continue.
I loved it. I was right there on that page. So as you're having this check-in with Alona, you feel this big woof over your head as this giant orc arm misses you entirely, and then bearing down on you for one last strike down, the orc tries to come heavy into your face. Does a 15 hit, Ichi?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Whiff, and it just kind of meets a part of like a strong part of your armor, kind of bounces off and goes. Clearly it clipped its pinky knuckle. Not a good time. Next up, last in the line, Ian, your go. You're seeing like basically about 20 orcs just start coming after you. A few of them are getting picked off by your buddies. What do you do?
Right. Assuming I can. Oh, no, wait. I can do that. There's a 120-foot range. Great. I'll take it. I want to be 30 feet outside, kind of striking them from the back, and I'm going to cast Sudden Blight. And I need those orcs to make a fortitude save.
All right. What's the DC to beat?
The DC to beat is... Hold on. I just realized that I haven't been leveling up any of my proficiencies in my armor.
Oh no.
I was like, why does my armor feel so low? So I also realized my DC isn't any better. It's a 20.
20. Well, they failed it.
I like to hear that. Great. So all of them, let's see. I will do these two. Everybody in a 20-foot burst out ends up taking 14 damage.
Okay. So the place that you located to, the 20 orcs have broke off from fighting the dwarves, and they're swarming your number. You do a little blip around, you get them right in your sights. Tell me the tale of how you destroy the rest of the orcs attacking Bryax.
Oh, I love those burst effects. I think Woodward has an advantage, especially since Ichi's run off to go help Alona. He sees everybody's knees, out there into the field instead of trying to clash with everyone's shields and upper bodies. And in that, he sees a bit of ground, a piece of ground that has yet to be trodden upon by the boots of the orcs. And he sees that one piece of blade of grass, and he knows he can make something happen. And that's when he casts Sudden Blight, and a plume of spores comes falling, just pouring out of this ground as mushrooms and fungi start to produce, and everybody in this caught in this poison gas end up just asphyxiating and dying.
Yeah, so you're seeing 20, 30 charging orcs ready to crash down upon you, and suddenly they just kind of stiffen up, kind of cough, grab at their throats. You see their eyes bulging, and they just drop down dead. As the army that has been trying to take over Bryax, what little was left after days of fighting has been wiped clean. You see these 5 dwarven warriors kind of making the front line, and behind them you hear the slowly fading scuffle of combat as both sides now realize the fight is over. You hear his voice is kind of, I thank Aroraya and his ever-loving hearts that you have come here today. Bring it in. Group hug for really, this is a terrific day.
This is the worst day!
Woodward just walks up and hugs the guy.
So
no questions asked. Why not?
So this dwarf cleric, you see in his eyes as he looks at you, he's got bright red eyes, in the shape of a heart almost, and a little bit of a lion's maw within the actual iris of his eyes, and where the whites would be, you see this kind of wonderfully stitched golden leather behind it. And he just takes his big arms and grabs you and picks you up and goes, ha ha ha, it is a great day because we have survived it, not because we had to suffer, but because we are still here.
Woodward turns around and he just points at this guy. He's like, this guy gets it, right? We got to celebrate every single time we come out the other side, because we've already seen a lot of people who didn't. So honestly, we take it when we can.
She looks at Alona and just kind of walks up, just puts a hand on her shoulder. Are you gonna be okay? I know you don't, usually fight like that.
I don't think I realized that was going to happen. Normally it takes a lot more. Ilona just kind of sits down and just kind of looks at the corpse of the person lying before her, and she takes off the shoes and she puts them away in her bag, and now she's barefoot, and she just kind of looks at Ichi and says, I don't think I can do that ever again.
That's okay. You know, we all are getting stronger, and even me, there's things that I find out that I can do that I didn't know I could do before. And just because, you know, you do something and you decide that you don't like it, even if it's necessary or if that's how, you know, the rest of us fight, doesn't mean you always have to.
PJ, can I inspect the body?
Absolutely. You want to make a something we want to look for. What do we want to find?
I want to know why he went down so quickly and why he was covering his face.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a medicine check for that.
Okay, that is a 16.
16. Okay. And you're unwrapping the strips of fabric around the face, the wrists, the whole body parts. Okay.
Uh-huh.
As you kind of begin to unwrap this severe trauma site, you see a few things that are perplexing, and as you start to unwrap the wrists and arms too, you're getting a lot of really weird data from this body. Like most orc skin, it's green. However, you're starting to see, instead of like strong, supple, tensile, like flesh and tissue, you're seeing slight scaling kind of emerging from within the orc tissue. You're seeing bits of stitching around certain parts of the body, especially in the face. As you pull it back, instead of a normal orc face, you're starting to see the beginnings of a beak or a snout, something that seems different, and the teeth seem dull, like little small sharp teeth that haven't been fully developed. You're getting the feeling that this orc was not fully finished and something else is involved in their body.
She looks at the rest of the party and she says, I thought we got everything from Megaw, but this looks like more experiments.
During this entire time, Rufa was basically on Firewatch, being like kind of at a super hyper vigilant until Alona said Mango Mall. Rufa kind of just walks over and looks over the body himself. I was wondering, can I make a occultism check to check for like if it's like what Mango Mall did with the abominations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. Roll occultism.
And well, I assume this is going to be, I get that +1, right?
Yeah.
All right. +1. Wait, that can't be right. Oh, there it is. That's a 28.
Okay. So looking over the body, you don't really notice anything related to the occult school of magic. This was definitely not summoned. This was not possessed. This was not in any way formed from kind of that veil in between worlds. But it was formed from something that's not native to its body.
Would occultism count towards like mutations and that kind of stuff?
No, occultism is
okay.
more like superstitious and magic related to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Rufa just
No, please finish your statement.
Rufa is gonna go. All right, this not any sort of. It does seem. Something did form this, but Nufa cannot quite put his finger on it.
PJ, I want to see if I can go out on a little bit of a limb here. Seeing and hearing Manglemaw, or seeing these experimentations of some sort and hearing Manglemaw's voice and remembering the fight and everything else we did with the alchemical components and such, and then later being granted a archetype by Rochelle, I technically have alchemy lore.
Okay.
Can I roll it?
Yes.
To just kind of look this over as like some sort of experiment and go straight to like the goblin science stuff.
Absolutely.
Great. I am only trained in it. Okay. +6. Wow. Okay. Woodward is out of his depths. He's looking over all of his knowledge of like hooch and the other thing he's made. He's kind of looking over it and he's like, I've seen this. Well, I thought I saw this, but I was really drunk at the time and it wasn't that. I shouldn't have those other fermented berries. I didn't even know what they were. He's just kind of going through that process. I got a total of a 9 for the lore check. So whatever's going to come up with a 9.
Yeah. You're looking at his body and you're like, Pinata's got candy if you hit them hard enough. Like that's the
Right,
only thing you can think of.
Great. Good.
Oh man. So about this time, Zaka shows up with a large contingency of his army. The dwarves have a bit of a like a, are we cool? And Zaka's like, we're fine. And the dwarves like, okay. So now you have the dwarves and the orcs is kind of looking around at the battlefield now that the fight's over. Everyone give me a perception check.
Before we do that, I was wondering, could we wave over Zaka to see if he recognizes this?
If you'd like to, sure. He will get over there and he will look at it and go, I've never seen this before.
Okay.
Question, PJ, before going on to perception. If I look at the bodies, is there blood? And if it's so, is it like regular blood?
Good question. It's a good question. Give me a medicine check.
Ooh. Medicine and religion, not good. Ooh, that lines up. That's a 5.
Oof. Yeah, there's a lot of goop here.
I think while everybody is like really into inspecting this body, each is just standing there looking around and perceives a lot because I got a 29 for that perception check.
Nice. Okay. So, yeah, I was going right into it. You look up and you see the castle in the sky made from the corpse of a dead dragon, and it starts to slowly drift away from Bryax. As it's slowly drifting, you see this kind of shadowy thing leave it and fly kind of in the sky. It's kind of moving. It starts to get closer and closer, kind of as the it's silhouetted by the sun, until finally you see it clear as a bell. It's the mutated and grotesque form of Korokos, thanks to the trickery of Song Wukong riding Malfinrax on the way down to the battlefield.
They're coming here.
He seems to be coming in close. You don't know if he's sweeping, if he's landing, but he's definitely coming in.
Everybody.
Is there a tree line?
No.
Snipe him? Damn.
Is there any like buildings or houses?
Not much that's left, but you can probably find some debris and get cover.
Okay.
Scatter.
Yeah.
Before we
Go.
before we
Scatter.
before we scatter, I have some weird theories now, and I just have to ask a quick question. There's
Mhm.
no way bestial curse is contagious, right?
I don't believe so.
I mean,
I like where
one
you're
theory
going.
is
I could. Yeah, you could really run with that of like him using his own DNA. So the god affecting his DNA means that all of them get infected too. That whole
Oof.
like very sci-fi. I love it.
I'm just that was my thought, but scatter.
Okay, now do you want to get cover or do you want to hide? Two different
Can we
things.
do both?
Oh
Not really.
Let's start with hide, because
yeah.
if we don't hide good, then then I guess maybe we find cover after that. But you can't get cover and then hide, because then he'll see you.
Wait, that's true.
Sam knows what's up.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna turn into a bird.
Solid
Yay!
choice.
All right.
Use my wild shape.
I will give you a +4 to your hide check. Or your stealth check to hide. So everyone give me a stealth check.
I was wondering, as I'm stealthing, can I also draw my sling?
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Hero point on that.
18. My stealth is a 1. Oh no, Sam.
It's not it's not the absolute worst. Sure ain't great. It's a 6.
6. Okay.
It is 6 times the absolute worst. Yes.
It is 6 times the
It
absolute
is 6
worst.
times better. Yes.
It's amazing, yeah.
Okay. So you got a 6. Ian, what was your stealth check?
I got a 25.
Nice. Mona, what did you get?
Me?
Yes.
I got an 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
And Kylie, what'd you get?
I'm going to opt not to hide.
Okay.
I'm going to stand right in the middle. So like I'm the only one that he sees and hopefully will be distracted by me and won't notice anyone else.
Okay. And Michael, what was your stealth check to hide?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So you see there's this kind of odd moment, like the beast that he's riding on is basically circling, and you hear this like he's getting ready to breathe that green acid fire that has destroyed so much of Agrippa upon a Bear and so many other parts of Alphon Prime. And then you hear like this little command in Orcish saying land, and then little creature just lands. His finger-like hoof hands kind of slaps on the ground as it kind of like slowly comes to a stop. Malthrax just kind of swallows the fire back into his stomach, and his wing just stops. Korokos in one hand holds the blade of the War King, this massive, you can't tell if it's a spear or a greatsword, but it's massive. His form is just hunchback and muddled, and he's got massive tusks and like a greater sized left arm than the right arm, and he's just looking all uneven, like a Picasso painting. And he looks right at Shionibus. Last time I was on my horse, I killed you. Do you want me to do this again?
That's get dangerous, She's not gonna like load a bow or anything. She's hoping everyone is like readying actions, hoping for a sneak attack somewhere. But I'm just chilling and kind of just seeing if he's gonna bluff.
Korokos spurs his horse, which slowly, with these human hands, just pad the stone ground of Bryax. And as it walks over to the orcs that you have slain, it finds them and, like brittle wood in a forest, cracks them in half as he steps over their corpses, meaningless in his walk. and he gets right up to you. He's easily 12 feet, complete height now above you, and he goes, "Let us get dangerous. I gave you a choice last time. I give you another. You can leave, and I will burn Bryax from the sky. Or I can kill you, and Bryax is fine."
You know, you're demanding a lot for also almost dying last time we met. So you could get back on your thing and sail away, never to be seen again. We won't talk about this ever again. Or you could die on this battlefield like everyone else.
Give me an intimidation, deception, or diplomacy check.
Intimidation, diplomacy, and what else?
Deception.
Diplomacy is the highest. So let's go back. Y'all, I'm shaking.
Doing great, sweetie.
Okay.
Yay!
That's a 28.
1 second. And it was diplomacy?
Yes.
Sidney, fan.
28.
Yes, 28.
Korokos looks to you. If only you were the avatar of Gorm and not me. But you make good points. Maybe I need to leave Bryax alone. So, fellow avatar, have a wonderful evening. There is nothing left in Bryax for me to destroy.
No, I didn't say just Bryax. I meant just in general. You know, you're already a failure. You lost all of your armies. So.
No. Mountain Rex, right hand up. And this hand just grips the corpse of this orc and holds it up in the air. And Korokos considers it. He ponders this cadaver. You know, you are right. This army was not going to work. And his eyes start rolling to the back of his head as his voice deeply echoes, and he beckons into the sky and he shouts, "My liege, my green king. The army I told you about was worthless, pitiful. Even now, Zocca betrays us. Give me the army you promised, and with it I shall turn this whole planet to ash and rubble. Give me the children forgotten."
Can I true strike him?
Yeah, go right ahead.
You know.
Like how he's like making a speech and Shionabis is just like, this bitch.
It's like, this mother.
It's like when, you know, the superhero in the movie is getting. Oh no, Kylie.
Y'all right?
Is this a critical hit? All right. Roll double damage.
Kylie. Kylie. Kylie.
Roll super high. Roll super high.
Are you
Roll
about
super
to
high.
one-shot Korokos?
No, if I can
D8.
end this war in one shot.
4d8
4d8.
plus 1d10.
Can I use my precision? I'm going to add my precision to that.
I mean, why not? Yeah, double the precision because that gets doubled.
Oh my god.
68.
And let us not forget the lesser ring of Horus gives you your wisdom modifier to damage, so you're gonna double that modifier too.
I need another D8. We're all mine.
All right, take your time looking for that dice. We just getting a great look at your adorable hair.
Thank
you. Yep. Mhm.
It took us almost an entire episode to try and kill this guy. If he dies now, in the middle of a villain speech, getting one shot by our freaking ranger, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I mean, you could even say, "Shit, that's fresh, Sidney."
New favorite thing ever.
Okay.
I love
and if
it.
I just bring it down here, it just says.
Good. Well, depending on how this goes, we'll need that. We won't say it, but there will be subtitles.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Get ready. Get ready.
We're gonna start with the D8s because math.
Okay.
I need 2 fans for this.
Okay. Okay. Y'all, I'm shaking. +7 +7 +3.
In the midst of this, do we have a ready to action?
No one declared a ready to action.
Crap.
What if I have
That's why
one
I
in
was
my
like,
brain?
yo, if y'all want to
Yeah.
start an action for a sneak attack.
That's a good point.
Can we do ready actions before Kylie adds everything up?
I will say, let's resolve
Oh.
this first, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Like everybody's asking for Christmas presents.
Yeah.
30 days early. or
Please,
whatever it
may I
is
have
now.
a free shot at this bastard?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Saying.
It's 23 days early.
Mm,
Almost done.
it's all good.
Take your time. This is
Mhm.
great. This
I'm
is
making sure math
exhilarating.
is right.
Is anyone else sweating? Because I am.
All right, it's all added.
All right. What was the total damage for that critical hit with your bow?
69 damage.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Send it to him one way or another.
Yep. So you let the arrow fly, and as he's like screaming to the sky for the Green King, and he's asking for his promised army, the Forgotten Sons, the arrows goes right into the soft palate, into his mouth. You see his mouth kind of get stuck, like someone put like a tent pole into an alligator's mouth, like maw, and gets stuck. And as he's sitting there, he's kind of trying to grasp at it, and then you hear the worst earthquake you have ever felt, seen, existed in your life. The earth is just. Meanwhile, Korikos is struggling with this arrow that has basically shish kebabbed his jaw. Finally, with his tusks, breaks the shaft, closes it in, spits out the rest of the arrow, and goes, "Well, my master plan is accomplished. Thank you for hurting me. Next time, I look forward to you trying to kill me." Mountain racks up, and this thing just VTOLs easily 120 feet in the air. But as you look, you start seeing the sky flooded with flying people coming from the eastern horizon, breaking and cresting out of the sea. And even the ground you're standing under, you see a hand burst through. A clawed hand extends and starts trying to grab purchase on the stone floor of Bryax city streets.
Zombies!
At this point, you see the bodies of the malformed warriors fighting for Korikos just start to kind of like tremble and bubble until finally they kind of like turn inward and their bodies extend, and you see the green scales on their arms start to flank and spread across their entire body. You see their faces wrapped in the wrappings start to stretch and stretch until it breaks off, exposing a long draconic snout. You start seeing these corpses on the ground, and then their eyes flash with a green fire as they scream in pain and get up. And they look at their hands, and they look at you with this long dragon snout, rows of teeth, eyes, green fire, body covered in green scales. And they just screech, and they flee in confusion. And the dwarves are sitting there. I don't know what the fuck I just saw, but I'm gonna need a bigger gun.
Oh no.
Really quick, PJ, these dwarves have guns?
Yeah, I mean, looks like this
Okay.
one does.
Someone's taking a trip to New Jacks.
To be fair, they are massive and unusual, but covered in dwarven crafting. Like it looks like a revolver if a revolver was a two-handed rifle. That being said, we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Oh
When
my
we
God.
come back after having survived the Battle of Bryax, by the way, Kylie, I just want to, a little pat on your back. You took his HP to half.
Ah!
We'll be coming back in 5 minutes for the rest of episode 62, the Battle of Bryax. Thank you so much. We'll see you in 5 minutes, about 9:30-ish. Hey, everyone, and we're back. We're back and we're better than ever. Sorry about that, but we're here. I'm looking at all the
25
faces.
Sidney.
Yeah. So many faces. Okay, so we're back in the city of Bryax, the topside dwarven city of Bryax. Korokos has asked for the army that was promised to him by the Green King, the Forgotten Sons, to come to his aid. Kylie, with that sweet crit, basically put him in half health with that one shot, and he fled like a loser. Now here we are back in the city of Bryax. All these orcs that are left over have kind of turned into these kind of draconic people, and the scales of completely covered the orc skin, and confused they ran away. So while there's peace in Bryax, but a heavy smoky veil of confusion is now being very heavily worn by the dwarves and Zaka and the rest of his orc tribe, who are looking at what just happened and went, I've never seen that before.
Wait, so question. Korokos was like, these past armies have failed me. Please, God, give me the Forgotten Army. And the Forgotten Army rises from the ground and runs away?
To be fair, he said, my liege, the Green King, give me the army you promised me, give me the Forgotten Sons. Some come out from the ground, some come from the sky, some from the waters.
Gross.
PJ,
Mhm.
you described this as an army. I was wondering, can I roll warfare lore on this?
What do you want from it?
What is the Forgotten Sons?
You can give me a different lore.
Okay.
You can give me lore Shin.
Oh! Sorry. That's exciting.
Backstory.
Actually,
Yeah.
do I automatically have lore?
I'll give it to you. I mean, how would you not know about your own country's history? Come on.
Shin lore,
expert
yes,
or
lore.
trained?
What are you, an American? Oh, shots fired.
Expert or
Nicely
trained?
done.
Listen,
Thank you.
the
Nicely done.
information
Thank you.
system is chronically underfunded.
That's also
Question.
true.
Would this
That's also
be trained or expert then?
I'm going to give you trained.
Okay. It doesn't even matter because
Yes.
Mm.
Wow.
Let's go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Get it.
You're getting it all. So when you hear about the Forgotten Sons, you're like, that doesn't make any sense. And then all of a sudden, that cold feeling when all the blood and heat from your face drops into your stomach and your back becomes a prickly hedgehog of hair standing up, and goose pimples becomes your entire skin flesh tone, you realize a little memory blast. 5,000 years ago, in the battle of the Great Dragon War, when the gods of the dragon kin and their bestial children ruled the planet with a violent hunger, Acadia was the one nation that rose up against these monstrosities that were constantly killing people, threatening empires, and potentially threatening the gods. Acadia rose up and said no more. And they started to rally their satellite and city-state nations. They started rallying other countries, other powers, other beliefs, other sources of magic to stop and kill these dragon gods and bestial dragons for good. This was the Great Dragon War that lasted nearly 500 years. In that time, Shin, Oriasu, Kokujo, and everyone east of Acadia said, we worship these beings. They are our gods, our home, our history, our culture. We refuse to take part in this war. And Acadia said, understood. But you have to understand, if you side with them, you will be siding against the known world. And they said, we're not taking place in this war at all. And with a great and powerful ritual, the most powerful sorcerers, wizards, dancers, bards, and humans of thought ripped the world open, thereby separating these nations from the rest of the world, creating what we still know today, 5,000 years later, as the Great Divide, a giant earth scar that shows a sign of neutrality with the rest of the world and the gods above and within. However, this war is bloody. It claimed many dragons. A few dragon gods have been erased from history because of this battle. Many great nations have been burnt into extinction and absolute memory lapse. They do no longer exist in the timelines from the dragon's fire and wrath. But when the war was finally over, the standing military that the dragons birthed into this world to fight the battles went hiding, went sleeping, long forgotten for thousands of years. There was a rumor that within the Great Divide itself harbored hundreds and thousands of these dragon kin, what they soon would be called the Wormkin people. But to Shin, that was a legend, something to make children fancy history enough to start learning their culture. But now you're seeing it for what it is. Real truth. An army lost for thousands of years, who bent the knee to dragons who made them, are now spit upon the earth one more time to fight one more war, and they belong to Korokos.
Rufa stands there as realization kind of just dawns on him. Like, he remembers studying this back in the day, back in his formative years. Oh, but that was 5,000 years ago. The dragon gods, the dragon war, the Great Divide. They were legends. The Wormkin people. This cannot be. And he kind of relays the information / lore to the rest of the party, which I don't think I'm just gonna regurgitate it.
Yeah.
Does Alona know about any of this?
Religion check.
Do I use my hero point?
Yes.
Just to know.
Always.
Great. I'm going to use my hero point.
Okay.
It's way better. That's so much better. That is 25.
Perfect. You don't know the history, but you know the mythology. You know about the dragon gods, not in extreme detail until you get your hands on like actual dragon god texts, but because of course they are the lineage of Azamat and Tarsamat before the fall of basically the entire Astrogenicon pantheon that formed the Nine Hells. Before that fall happened, they had children. They had Impatimat, Vigilmat, Korumat, all of them. So you know that a lot of stories started being written and a lot of mythology was created about a bunch of dragon gods, not just the main ones, but a bunch of offshoots, like Jorgamat, the dragon god of vengeance, the salty one in the sea. And you know that after a period of time, some of these names stopped showing up in books.
Ooh. Okay. But it doesn't seem like they're that interested in fighting since they ran away.
I'm not entirely sure they understand what they've been born back into. If these are lost souls they're pulling from, sleeping for millennia, and then coming back into bodies in the middle of a war, I don't know if
Wait,
Depends.
but hold it. So all of these, okay. So all of these lost souls are being summoned back. Gorm doesn't have any power over these lost souls. He's the god of scars, the god of the orcs. His domain does not include dragonkin.
All Rufa knows is if these Runkins is part of Kuroko's armies now, then if he get them to organize and regroup and as a fist, this can bode very not well for us.
You're right. You're very right. And you make a very valid point. But the other terrifying thing about this is that I don't think the person that Korokos is getting all of this power from is Gorm at all. I mean, after all, Gorm has been missing for millennia. He hasn't even been involved with the orcs until now, supposedly now. And he never mentioned his name. He said, my liege, or the mentioned something about
My Green King.
Rufa.
Alona, does that name spark anything to you with your studies?
Lore check.
Can I also lore check or aid?
Thinking about this, there's a lot of different angles and I'm trying to figure this little labyrinth out here.
I'm gonna just let you know right now, I have underworld, legal,
Mhm.
buns, shin, and warfare lore.
Bun
So-
lore?
Yeah, we all
Gotta be
got
bun lore.
we all have bun lore.
Could be bun lore. I will say this. Who knows? Maybe you'll get a crit. We'll see. I want a general lore. You give me any lore of your choice. Explain it to me. You know, give me like a this is why I'm choosing this kind of thing, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Crap. Lord dead gods.
Interesting. Because you believe this to be a dead god, so we'll see where that goes. Yeah, give that a roll.
I'm rolling warfare lore, mainly for a fact that Korokos is using this as part of his military might, and I want to know if the Green King has anything to do with any wars in the past.
Okay.
Well,
And
I personally very much hope that role was not too specific and completely screwed me out of things, because I got a 28.
ooh, okay. So it was no, Michael. What was your roll?
I did, sorry, Sid, I did a little bit better. I got a 29. This is what happens when you have your intelligence as your main stat.
I'm gonna take both your heads. I'm gonna smoosh them together. So,
Whip out that door.
Oh, you do not want to go to Rufus' head. That's a place you do not want to be.
look at Kylie going like, I want to go there. I want to go there.
She also made a
Sounds
deal
like a
for her
great vacation
eyes,
spot.
so we're just gonna.
Yeah, we get to meet your son in your brain.
Yeah. Okay.
Brain
So
son.
Great,
brain
great
son.
vacation spot.
Okay. So you start kind of putting out ideas. You ask, has the Green King ever been brought up or mentioned in war before? No. Nowhere in the history has the term the Green King or any weird variant ever been brought up. You know, like, oh, my liege of Emerald. And no. And if it has come up, it's been some quaint romantic terms actually written in a popular series of romance novels between Half and Nadir when they would do like So there's a bunch of romance novels based off these two gods that are married. Deities, I should say, that are married, and they depict the gods in their in different genders. One, basically, when they came to the earth, and then when they took their true forms and their genders shifted. So you have different romance novels depicting different relationships. But there's always, clarification. Half an idiot or a trans. I don't know if that ever got across. But they have different romance novels depicting them like dating each other, romance, and you said like, oh, my emerald goddess. Not the case. So double backing up. So the Green King has not been used in history at all. It's not a religious term. There's no god that goes by that name. There's no god that's depicted in any sense kingly that represents either the green of nature or anything else that's green. Dead gods. Oof, a lot died in that dragon war, at least from what you can assume, because now you do know the main pantheon, for the most part, seems to be intact when it comes to the dragon pantheon. But a lot of the lesser children of Impetimats and that entire group, some of them definitely were felled. But none of them were green.
I'm
Well,
running out of ideas.
well, the Green King is not mentioned in any sort of word in recorded history that Rufa knows of. Perhaps this is a new thing.
A new god? A new war leader? What, did we pop into some alternate dimension that we don't know about or something?
Honestly, gods, deities, they gain powers through belief. And if enough people believe in them, there could be a god of anything. Perhaps. But that's just metaphysical, philosophical theories.
You looked like you wanted to say something, Woodward.
Look, I'm not one to commune with the gods too often. I mean, I do it, but it's for specific reasons, and I feel like there's another reason we may be able to get around this with. We've come in contact with the god of the hunt, and it looks like we're looking for answers, maybe hunting them down, if you will. I'm wondering how well we can, if we can use that kind of force, something that we're looking for, if we can use him to get our answer.
You want to contact Shulg?
Look, we've got the dead involved. He's the only one that I can see out of the pantheon that I know of that completes the cycle. Nadir takes care of it while it's here, but after that,
Well, I mean, I see your point, but if you want to talk about death, there is a god of death.
Can Rufa just say something really quick? Here, we have been dealing with a lot of gods, deities, goddesses. In all honesty, Rufa, he does not like dealing with the deities too much, especially if you end up owing them or something, or making a deal with them. Or
Rufa, you
Hey, they're not all
manage a
that
god.
bad. Yeah,
You
come on.
literally manage Sun Wukong. I don't
True,
want to
true.
hear it.
Rufa does manage the trickster god, but if he had a choice, honesty, he kind of looks back and forth. That's a deal that Rufa does not really vibe with.
Are you telling me you need to tell him that he needs to find new representation?
No. Rufa, that would just cause more trouble. If anything, Rufa just deal with it as it comes along. Honestly, at this point, we're just gonna do with how we've been dealing with everything else. Deal with it as it develops.
you mean reactionary?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. That's the best way to deal with it. Just be reactionary to everything that comes across your plate.
So, and well, okay. Speaking of reactions, my reaction to all of this first was and then it was, why dragons? What do orcs have to do with dragons? Can anyone tell me that? Where would an orc meet a dragon? First of all, do you know Rufa?
Alona, is there an orcish dragon god or an orc dragon in any your religionish things?
Oh, I don't know.
How about we find somebody who does know about dragons? There's gotta be somebody, right?
Joe!
Honestly, if we're dealing with the dragon gods, we are probably gonna deal with Shin.
Or Joe.
Or Joe.
Poor Joe, the TD is probably watching on like every time they say my name, I'm just like, what? What? I'm right here.
Because you're very important to the narrative somehow, Joe.
Always.
You're in there.
Iodex.
But seriously, Joe, because he is the character Joe, who's based on Joe, follows Impetimat, who is an omniscient god of dragons. So
I just got a message from Joe who said that's totally what happened. Okay, so you want to talk to Joe, the Paladin of Vigilmont, the true
Vigilmont.
neutral champion, which I'm actually kind of homebrewing at this point as we speak. If you want to do that, you have to go back to Adolfon Prime. That was the last time you saw them. If you want to talk to more people from Shin, a few are coming.
There is one person that we could talk to, but Rufa would really rather not. But
Are
if
they?
we must. We're out of character. Where are they, PJ?
So they told you that Shin will stand with Adolfon Prime fighting Korokos, and that in a few days' time, some of the Shin military and those that you know will be coming to assist.
I'm sorry, PJ. You just kind of froze there for a second, so I missed like a middle part there.
Oh yeah, basically the Shin military, a few officers, and some of the people that you know are coming to Adolfon Prime, because they said that we stand with Adolfon Prime for this fight.
not when they find out it's against dragon gods.
There is a diplomatic body about to arrive in Adolfon. Well, Rufo will probably have to deal with them at some point, and might as well be now.
Like them? Do you owe people money?
There is a reason that Rufa is not in Shin right now.
Oh.
Alona whispers to Ichi, I think that means Rufa's in the mob.
Rufa, can I roll to see if Rufa hears that?
I mean, Sidney, if you want him to, yeah,
Yes,
go right ahead.
Okay, I'll roll.
Make a perception check.
Oh!
Is that a critical? It's a one.
Critical, yeah.
You
Yeah.
hear nothing. You hear niche.
You're completely distracted by as everyone else is trying to have a conversation with everyone else to spread rumors. Woodward looks Rufa dead in the eyes and goes, yeah, I get it. Running, it's totally, yeah, it's just something we got to do. Just shrugs his shoulders, is completely on board with it.
Look over down at Woodward, goes, yes, my friend, that is something we have in common. We are running from something.
Look, we've been running from a lot already as a group, so you know what? What's two more things?
Okay. So we agree we have to go back to Adolfon Prime to talk to the character named Joe. And possibly the diplomatic party from Shin. have all of the dragon orc returned people disappeared?
They have. They basically fled. In fact, as you're looking around and kind of taking stock and inventory, you see the floating castle in the sky made of the dragon corpse.
The worst.
You see almost the sky is blotted out into an inky black from the amount of bodies flying from all over the world to this castle. You see those from the waters flying from the water and into the castle, and those on land, you see them kind of taking off, riding on their aquatic or avian brethren and going to the castle. There is you see an army from every corner of the earth, easily amassing into the hundreds of thousands.
All right, niche reference here. For anyone, if anyone ever watches this and is currently watching this that likes trance music, there is a song called Castles in the Sky, and the lyrics basically like tell me why there are castles in the sky. And the only thing I can think of at the next concert where I hear that is just to scream, because Korkos is a dick. That's all I can think about.
Want to say I know like one of the radio edits of that song. So that does sound very familiar.
Probably.
I'm probably wrong.
I want to make a perception check. We've seen these things coming out of the ground and coming from the sky and out of the water. My perception check is a 26. Are they all orcish? The bodies that are now ascending?
Good question. Looking at the bodies, you can tell they're definitely big and broad, imposing as an orc may be. However, looking into the framework, that you can see they're covered in scales. They have wings. Their hands grow more into claws than they would a closable fist. These forms seem to be, from a distance, same height, same build. But looking at that 26, there's a lot of intricacies that are different. The way the spine works to accommodate the wings on some and the tails on others. The way the knees are bent. Instead of being like straight legs, they're definitely, the haunches are definitely more moving the knee inward a bit or moving it outward a bit naturally. The shoulders are more rounded to accommodate a larger deltoid complex and stronger arms. So they're very similar until you start breaking down the anatomy a bit.
Kobold.
You say kobold?
Yes.
Kobolds wish they were these dudes.
Yeah, it's the same what was it? Church of Iron that Alona went to. Choco meat.
I haven't been
kobolds
doing
on
my
choco meat.
push-ups.
You haven't been doing your push-ups. You got to keep up. You might atrophy. You might lose some strength points.
To be fair, you haven't missed leg day.
Oof. No, but that orc that you killed, wish you did.
Ilona goes back to her catatonic state. Upon
Okay,
remembering that
okay.
she's taken a life for the first time
Is
on
he-
accident and not in a meaningful way.
Right.
Is he one of the ones that like got back up and they just like walked off?
Yes, he was.
Oh, then you're fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're good.
his face kind of pops out like when someone inflates a deflated basketball,
Oh
and he
god.
flies away.
He was only mostly dead.
Ilona's gonna sit down.
I was gonna like pat her back.
Woodward's
Ichi's-
gonna. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say Ichi was gonna pat Ilona's bag and say, "You sure don't want to put those boots back on?"
Sliding them on her feet. While Ichi and Shionabis are just like, they're there.
I remember my first kill. Like it was yesterday.
Rufa is going to just kind of put his hand on Alona's shoulder and just nods. Rufa is very sorry. It is a burden that never gets lighted.
I feel pretty conflicted about the whole thing, especially since they just got up and shambled away. I think they were already undead by the time that I kicked them, and and that's why they went down so easy, is because they were already undead. So were they really alive in the first place? I don't know. The point could be argued that like I just made them go to sleep for like a little bit, and then she just stops talking.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alona. Hey, Alona, I'm gonna need an acrobatics check for those mental gymnastics you just put yourself through.
The
We're good
spiral.
with that. We're good with that. Can I aid? Can I aid?
The mental gymnastics check? Oh my
It's related
God.
to the
I-
Green War. She gets a plus
Yes,
one.
it is related. It's directly related to Green War. Yeah.
Yes.
Get a +1, of course.
That's a 21.
Wow. Okay.
And let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And I'm aiding her 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm aiding her with 23.
Yeah. Your quick and gross rationalization has removed all responsibility from you. What? Emotional baggage? Who? Not me.
You-
I'm good.
Who for the psychiatrist?
Great. Good.
Okay.
Rufus now the party's Frasier. Just saying.
Okay, now dialing it back. What are we doing? Are we going back to Adult Farm Prime to find Joe? What are we doing?
Woodward does want to mention to everybody else hey, all these forgotten individuals of sorts that are kind of going towards that castle, they aren't orcs. Their
What are they?
bodies, they don't line up.
Oh.
I don't know where they're from, but they look a hell of a lot more like the scaled guys we saw in the beginning than actual orcs.
So are you telling me that we're dealing with half orc, half dragon zombies?
You know what? At this point, I'm not really comfortable making that call. I'm going to tell you they're definitely more draconic than orcish. Look at the way their back is with the wings, the tail, claws.
Oh, PJ.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick. Rufus going to remember when they turn into that kind of that draconic form. Did they say anything in draconic? Because I could speak draconic.
They did not.
Okay.
They were having a bit of
Gotcha.
a wee old-fashioned panic attack.
All right.
But
Just wanted to double check because I just had that realization. I
No,
could
no,
speak
no.
languages.
I can speak. I
Good to remember.
speak 6 languages.
So, where to now, folks? We're going back to Adult Farm Prime. Is there any NPC or any other person that you want to summon, talk to, figure out, blah 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 blah?
I think we should head back to Adult Fun Prime.
Okay.
Is that where the she are
Shin.
coming? The Shin are coming?
Yeah, the Shin from Rufa's home will be meeting you all in Adult Farm Prime.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. So you all get there. At this point in time, when you arrive, it's been a few days of travel. Yeah, I saw it too. I figured she was getting rid of, I don't know, thumbprints or murder evidence. So you get to Adult Farm Prime. It takes a few days of travel. And when you get there, you notice somewhere back in the industrial part of the city, a massive stone ring has finally been completed. You see a bunch of the city guard are sitting in wait, and you see Bowen Rionek looking quite pleased at this giant stone ring that has been made. You see a bunch of runes carved into it in Elvish. And if you were to talk to her, she will tell you that the teleportation system between this place and the Citadel for the Elves of the North has been completed, and their finest warriors, witches, sorcerers, etc., will be arriving soon. They also will let you know that once they have one of these built in every single nation, teleportation of massive resources can be discussed and made infinitely easier.
So can we use it for free?
She looks at you and she says, with proper paperwork and accreditation, of course.
Paperwork.
Rufus gonna pull out a stamp and says, "I'm a notary. Rufus a notary."
First things first, it's
We have a notary.
you. Wonderful. We'll get to the legal paperwork for that later. I have to build another stone ring in that location. Eventually, knowing of the potential diplomats to be here, we can have this set up globally. Right now, it's just between this place and the north. However, I believe your friend with the teleporting home would be able to help you with fast travel until then.
Fine. Yeah, thanks.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll just rely on our friend that we haven't actually talked to and only used their house for like, the past like 6 episodes, and like, maybe
Buying stuff.
No,
from
it's-
him.
Yeah, no, it's not all that hard. He let me go to a bar. I feel
We
like
make
this would
off
be
camera small talk, okay?
He sold Rufa many things that burn very, very well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
So, yes.
where's Joe?
Right, in the city. Right. No, Joe the TD, you're doing marvelous work. You're fine where you are. You eventually find them in the Righteous Mile. They appear to be in a moment of they're standing still, with their head up, but they seem to be in some sort of contemplation or meditation, even though physically speaking, they look like they're just standing innocently in the middle of the street.
Is Morel around?
He can be if you wanted to be there.
Okay, Morel's around. Ilona's going to approach and try and rouse him by saying, "Hi, Joe. Didn't mean to bother you. I know you're probably doing omniscient shit, but I just wanted to ask you a question."
He doesn't move his body, but you can almost hear the smile in his voice as he goes, "Hello there. Hi. What can I do to help you?"
Great question. I don't even know. I was hoping that you would be able to provide some insight on this little issue that we're finding, where
Mhm.
we don't know if Korokos is actually a champion of Gorm because of recent events.
Oh, why, that is an interesting question. What makes you think that he wouldn't be?
Well, he did kind of summon a mutated draconic, half draconic zombie army from the ground, and the sky and the sea. And instead of him calling directly to Gorm and saying, "Gorm," he said, "My liege, the Green King."
Oh, a king. Well, I don't suppose it's too impossible to worship a god, but bow to a king, is it? They don't have to be the same two people.
That's a good point. But in that case, what? Where did who is this other person?
Oh, the person being the liege, the
The green
green
one.
king, the green king. I don't know. I don't know. That's tough. Do you want me to find them for you?
That would be great.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I should probably take this seriously then. And he sits down in the middle of the middle of the road, and middle, like legs crossed, and he starts making these kind of intricate gestures, and he kind of stops. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." He takes off this very intricate sash that he has covering his eyes. He takes them off, opens up his eyes, and you see completely black cataracts with infinite cosmos stars kind of going through his eyes inward. Looking into his eyes, it's like you're looking into the night sky, but it never ends. It just keeps going. You almost see planets and stars in his eyes as he just kind of sits back and starts to meditate. And he comes back and he goes, you know what's the funniest thing? I can't find him. Like, I can see him, but I can't find him. It's like when you know you left something on your bedside table, but you're not at home to pick it up. It's like that.
Oh, has that ever happened to you before?
Well, I'm technically blind, so yes. But I see in other ways. So sometimes no.
So, okay, Joe. So if you can't see them,
Mhm.
do you know anyone that could?
Well, I'd imagine Korokos would. Although I don't believe he's going to tell you. Oh my. Ooh. It would be difficult to get to them. The Emperor may be able to tell you more. The Emperor would probably tell you a lot more.
The Emperor of where?
Oh, the Emperor of Shin.
Well, you might be pleased to know there is an envoy or a diplomatic party apparently coming to Adolphon Prime in a few days, or maybe now. So do you think the Emperor, they're not traveling with them, are they?
Oh, I don't believe he would leave. No.
Okay.
But it also doesn't concern me. I'm not Shin, but I like Shin people. Okay, I think a lot of people are okay.
That's good for you, Joe.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate all of your help, and if you ever find anything else out, just come and find me.
Of course. And then he gets up, he gets a sash, puts it over his eyes, and he goes, yeah, of course. And again, like I said, he's in the floating castle, but I don't know where he is. Have a good night. And Joe just kind of walks away nonchalantly.
He's in the castle in the sky. Oh
Nailed it.
man.
I also love your Joe voice and how it is reminiscent of actual Joe.
Oh,
Yep.
It's so cute.
When you have such a pleasant human being that exists as such an awesome human, you just pick it up right away.
Mhm.
It's just such
Yep.
I just feel so bad for our audience that they don't get
Yes.
to hang out with Joe.
Hey, if you saw Blood
Joe is
Money,
a
you got to
blessing.
see Joe. You got to see Joe in Blood Money, so you know who they
Yeah.
are.
Oh my god. Just 1 second. This lovely new person, maybe they've been here before, but this lovely new person in chat, Kenna Laura, says, have fun flying to the castle.
I love it.
And I love that reference because I love that movie.
Kenna Alora, you get a hero point. And that matters because if everyone here absolutely botches a roll and they may die, if you donate your hero point, you might save their sorry ass.
We
So you
botch
get a
it
hero
often.
point.
Yeah.
all the time.
That counts.
All the time.
All the time.
You can use those.
This
We've
means
had-
you have to come back so you can give us a hero point when we mess up.
It's
Sorry,
more
we
surprised that we're
wrote-
alive right now.
Ask
Like,
Reap
let's
and
be real.
Scuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reap, Scups, and Pengu-chan
And
have all become
Pengu-chan,
in
yep.
some way canonical parts of our world because they gave their hero point when it mattered most and saved someone's ass.
I'm pretty sure
Exactly.
Shionibus is only
Me.
alive
That was my
because of
ass.
a chat hero point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, Alona didn't die in the Sand Sea because of one from Reap Psyche, and Kylie didn't die because of one from Pengu-chan, and Scups is the person who brought the bun-loving tribe back to Adolphon Prime. So, thank you so
That
much.
saved my life just because buns, right? Like,
Absolutely. Okay. So, any other research or things you want to look into, or someone you want to talk to?
When we were talking, when Alona was talking to Joe, were we around there too?
I don't believe so. I believe it was
Okay.
just her and Morel.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I would have definitely been waiting outside the Righteous Mile. I don't want to go in. That
that's
place
right.
scares me.
You know.
Rufus gonna wait outside with Shonibus because he agrees.
I've had way too many incidents happened in there that I don't want to continue.
Hey, because of that, you got your husband back from the 9 hells. The look on that face. Oh man.
Fiance.
Fiance? Oh, okay. Fiance. Good enough. I might have the wrong
Boyfriend.
details.
No,
Boyfriend?
boyfriend.
I heard
Boyfriend.
Beyonce.
I heard
Like
Beyonce, too.
Beyonce, and I got real. I was like Queen
was
Bee.
like,
I'm confused. I'm out of
Hey,
this.
Just-
Hold
could
on,
you
is
s-
Queen
could
Bee
you-
an actual goddess?
I was like, yeah, hold on. Woodward's
Actual
about to
goddess, yes.
convert.
Fantasy goddess, no.
Hey PJ, out of character. Now I'm actually
Mhm.
kind of curious. Does atheists or anything like that exist in your world?
Of course they do. Like, if you have all these gods and no one wants to worship them, that's their choice. Of course you have atheists in this world.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
But they still believe, like, they know gods exist though.
Uh,
I bet there's like a whole variety. Like some are like, yeah, they're there, but like whatever. But and some of them are like, no, like it's all conspiracy. It's like
You know
I
what?
literally have magic. Like, no, it's all mirrors.
I'm thinking I
Flat
kind of
earthers.
want Rufo to be like that because he knows gods exist, but he does not really want to deal with them. They're more trouble than they're worth.
well,
Solid.
we can definitely figure that out later. Is there anything else anyone wants to do in Alphon Prime really fast? Anyone you want to talk to, research, want to look into, anything else?
Did we say diplomats are starting to come in to town?
That's the rumor so far.
Okay.
I was wondering, could Rufa purchase something?
Of course. What do you want to purchase?
I'm gonna PM it to you.
Oh.
Suspicious.
I think Woodward's going to approach one of the dogs. Hey, look, we heard that there was some diplomats coming into town. And I just want to keep eyes out on ports, roads, anything coming in. Honestly, we have some words that we need to send to them as much as they need to talk to us, questions, answers, that sort of thing. And honestly, we're not a part of Adelphon Prime's government system at all. So if we could just, get the heads up on those people coming into town, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course. Of course, number 2. We'll make sure we'll look out for you. Anything else? You want us to like send a dog to come tell you? Do you want us to like send off like a flare or something?
Oh, honestly, a flare is going to be a bit much. I feel like a lot of people, I'm not Dominus looking out for the people and illegal fireworks and such, probably not looking too good. But if you could find us with a person, that'd be great.
All right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. You want to hang out for a bit? Like, we've just been kind of doing patrols here for a while. I haven't done much. You just want to go by the bridge and have some hooch, just kind of talk.
Oh yeah, totally. No, I'm all down for that. I mean, if we're here, we already met up. We might as well.
Oh, that's great. Hey, boys. Hey, brothers. Yeah, number 2's back. He's got the hooch. I was going to chat. Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, I've been dying to talk to you since you left. It's so good to have you back.
No, honestly, it's good to be back. I met you all here, and it's the things I've seen, the stories I had to tell, and all has to be said over a drink.
That's the best way to do it, number 2. All right, you lead. We'll follow.
Good. Okay. We're going to the bridge that they said, and I got a dirty 20 for my next hooch craft check for the last little bit of, the little bit of English I'm putting on the last of this barrel.
Nice. I love that. A little bit of a finesse at the end. I
Right.
love it. So take the reins, if you will, and tell the story of you and 8 homeless elite mercenary warriors just chilling under a bridge, sharing a drink and telling stories.
So if my memory serves, I did talk to, or at least sent word to Dominus about the differences in the class system and such over the dogs, and their work should be rewarded. So I kind of also want to check in on that, seeing if they're they may have accommodations to at least spend the cold nights not out on the streets. But outside of that, I think we go to the bridge that the dogs normally meet up at, and Woodward ends up breaking open an old barrel that he's had sitting around for a little bit. Something that's been stewing in his backpack. And I think it is literally just a flood of information as much as I can get back out to them. What's happened with Zaka, what's going on with Korikos. This network needs to know everything that's going on, because they're going to hear rumors, and the more they hear and the better they can connect those rumors to fact, the better off we are and the better they are. So I think at one point or another, Woodward's slurring his words over this barrel, and talking to everybody. Yeah, and that's where we left Korikos. Yeah, Shionibus kind of almost died, but didn't. And then there was a dragon with hands. Okay. It gets really long. Like there's a long story, but
like with human hands. Number 2.
Yeah, but that's his steed. But then he summoned dragons out of the ground. That's something you need to look out for.
Dragons out of the ground.
Yeah, not a dragon humanoid mix, kind of like a cobalt that's been on Choco meat.
Oh, I had Choco meat. Oh yeah. Just
Right.
take the powder, get some water from the river. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, right. So that you need to watch out for them, because we don't know where else they're coming from. But I think honestly, the farther I get involved in this, and with Zashmaru, I don't honestly, I think he went back to his home, which is where all of us want to be.
Yeah.
I think the farther that I get involved in this, and the more I see this threat coming, we need to set up another number 2.
You can probably figure that out. Number 1, Zashmaru. Yeah, he's an Odeasu. He's
right.
He says he's got family business. I don't know if he's coming back.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is if he need, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we don't have our family outside of this, we have each other. But going back to the other doesn't mean anything less.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have like actual family. It's not a dog thing. We don't know what it is. He just said he just said dogs sleep outside, and I gotta go to my first house. I don't know what that means.
No, I kind of want to leave him to his own, right? There's a part of me that, unless we get word otherwise, we need to let everyone take their own journey.
Oh, that's good. Everyone, remember that guy. Everyone takes their own journey. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. I love that.
So I think as far as things go, you need to start referring to anybody that I am with right now. Ichi, Alona, Shionibus, Rufa, hell, Tobias, Morel, any of them. If you need to get information out to any of them, do it, and do so.
All right. Okay. And then that way we can all take our own journeys.
Right.
That's so
right.
good.
Now I'm gonna leave you with the rest of this barrel of hooch. It ain't much, but it's what I got. And I think if you come across any information, whether you think it's necessary or not, please do not keep it to yourself. Spread it out there.
All right.
At the end of all of this, the information that we have on anything that's happening around any of these walls, it's the power in all of this.
Mhm.
He's got a flying dragon with a castle on its back. We have no idea where he's coming from at this point.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense that if he was coming somewhere, he'd be heading here, right? Like he could be anywhere, but he's only got one target. right? At
Right.
this point, yeah.
So be on your toes. Let everyone know what you see. Let the townspeople see. Like, let them know. Let the guards know. Anything you see at this point, we need to be on our toes for this.
The dogs stand up. The head spins from the quickness and the booze and everything, and they say, "See something, say something. Say something, see something." All right. And with that, they go, "Later, number 2. We're going back to the streets," and they just break off from you.
Woodward takes a moment to take a drink to himself, whatever's left in his glass, and then he walks back to the rest of the party. Whoever is left, I know there's been other discussions, but anybody that he ends up coming across is, "Hey, y'all, I've been telling the dogs to look out. If you get approached by any of them, take their warning. They know what's going on. I'm keeping them informed. There's no point in hiding any of this at this point. He's trying to take over the whole damn world. This one city don't matter that much to him as long as he's got the rest of it. So anything they see is going to come to any of us at this point. You all need to be ready for it."
Thanks, Rufa. Woodward. Everyone.
It was gonna be like, wait, what?
Yeah, thanks, Keonibus, Ichi. Alona.
You know what? You know what? Actually, Ichi is probably, if they're taking a break, Ichi probably was like drinking some ale somewhere. So she's a little tipsy. She's like, "You know what, everyone? Actually, yes, thank you. Thank everyone. Because how many people can fight an army, turn an army to our army, fight another army, then that army rises from the dead, and then we're going to go fight that army. There were orcs, and now they're dragons, and now they're like drorks, dragon orcs.
And where are the goblins?
Yeah, at least we don't got bloblins.
At least we
And
don't got
honestly,
goblins.
it is only Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Only
It
you
is
all.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Only all of you. So yes, thank you. And now I guess we just go talk to some folks about some undead dragon magic, which is totally normal.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we figure out if Isuo's got that door greased up and we can head back to a grip upon a bear.
Not how I thought my career was gonna go, but
What? You
God.
did not expect to be dealing with armies and gods every other day?
Ooh. No. If we go back to Isuo's house,
Yeah,
can I do a thing?
of course. If you want to, sure.
Y'all, I feel like we need to get this man a gift.
Yeah, we're using his house for free labor.
is there
Yeah,
a bun
Walking
shop?
through, like we own the place.
Technically only his door.
Is there a bun shop on the way?
Oh yeah, the Bun Boys is finally fully operational after all the hard work Dominus has put into social programs and everything that you all have put into play that has become a giant boon, like your street legal street fighting for money. It
All right, picking up
has-
some buns on the way then, a 12 pack. In and
Oh,
out. We got things to do.
Making a
Absolutely.
baker's dozen.
Yeah, they are
And
hot
and
and they
also-
are ready. Are
and
they
also,
good? Look, I said the buns were hot and I said the buns were ready.
And PJ, and also box seats to the next fights.
Of course, you get your
Care
own box.
package.
You get the founder's box.
Yeah.
All right, so you get to Isuo's. Each you have a giant satchel filled with easily a baker's dozen of hot and ready Bun Boy buns.
And tickets. To
And you do have tickets.
She's arranged it in a gift basket, basically.
Oh, and then we should also get them some scented candles from certain
So anyway,
So many
And
lines
then
have
we're
been
gonna add a
crossed.
bouquet of flowers. His favorite ones. Their favorite ones.
I love this. Just like, hey, listen, this might be crazy, but I got buns and flowers, so date me maybe. And it's like, you need to leave right now. The door you came out with is the door you're gonna leave from. So we're going to Isuo's. You're there. You show up with the buns. Do you really want to bring them flowers?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. I mean, if you want to, hey, I'm sure they wouldn't mind. But so you go there, and the minute you knock on the door, it opens up, and you smell this lovely scent of like a warm house lit with scented candles, a kettle that is steaming some very fragrant tea. And it's just this overall smell. It kind of smells the way a holiday feels
Ooh.
inside their living room, and everything's warm. It's like a sweater. It's not choking you, but it's enough to make you just want to curl in and go take a nap in their foyer. And they just kind of adjust some glasses from the bridge of their nose and pour a cup of tea. Well, thank you for coming to see me. It is a pleasure as always to have you in my abode. So what do I owe the sudden visit?
We need to use your door.
Hmm. And where do you need to go with my door? Didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It's a great question.
Oh,
Where are we going?
where are you going?
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Are we
To where
planning on
the
going
army
somewhere?
Have we
is.
decided?
I don't think anyone knew. I just go to Easterwood.
Retcon this.
Oh,
Had this happen.
actually, we just wanted to thank you for all of
Oh,
the times we've used your door, and we'll use your door in the future.
oh! Before I forget,
Uh-huh.
because war is coming swiftly, and we must prepare. We must needs make preparations. Go ahead, give me your armor. Show me your armor. I just need to hold on. Just need to. Yeah, give me your armor. Are you wearing your armor currently? It's fine if you are. I just need to see it.
Alona takes off her shoes. Hey,
Yeah.
I was wondering if
Mhm.
maybe I could get maybe a stun rune, or a knockout, pass out rune, or another rune that prevents me from one-shotting people.
Are you looking to make the boots non-lethal in this case, as opposed to caving in that one person's face? Unfortunately,
I
I'm so
don't know.
sorry.
No,
That must have been very hard for you. I am so sorry you had experienced that. That is not pleasant.
How did you know about that?
Did you, honey, do you not know what I do? I'm okay. Hold on. So, by the way, these are armor runes. When you're ready, I'm going to give each of you a gift because I don't want to see you die in the fight to come. Okay, but then we're 1 second. We're putting a pause on this. Shortly for smoking, but it'll make my point. They get this beautifully ornate, handmade pipe of wood and clay, and the mouth bit and the top is reinforced with this beautiful gold metal. They just kind of gets them in. They kind of light it up. You see, my name is Yisu. I am blessed by the Orisa of the spirit of humanity, which means that I am blessed by the spirit of all life. Could you hold on this for me, please? And as they reach over, they reach to an empty space in the room, and you see the pipe like almost get picked up and held aloft in midair, floating. And they take another deep breath, and you see their eyes start to glow gold, this shimmering gold, like a candle behind a golden mirror, lighting up this warm fire. And they take a deep breath. This smoke that fills the whole room for 2 or 3 small puffs, this is becoming a giant smoke screen that fills the whole room. And they continue to say, kings, queens, chieftains, shamans, warriors, poets, brilliance and evil. I am the speaker and the conveyor of all of the parts of the human spirit. And as the smoke continues to fill, you see this golden spirit, this golden ghostly hand holding the pipe, and it moves across, and you see a war king of Tezuku wearing their crown, wearing their furs, wearing their armor, just the ghost of a war king of Tezuku holding this pipe. And they continue to walk through. I'm the voice of your heart, of your mind, your soul, of wanting to be together. You see a Shin general with armor on, 2 spears crossed over their back. I am the purveyor of that. The magic that lives in our experiences is me. You see a woman clad in armor, hair up in a bun, a gigantic crossbow with a massive bayonet tucked across her shoulder. The Tiger Queen of Gokujo, just ready for battle. He continues, I have seen the spirit of Gorm. I have bared witness to the lives and deaths of infinite, sweet, loving potential. And you see, as they continue to move through this mist they have blown, you see Nubian elven warriors lost to time. You see lucha champions, just 2 belts across their shoulders. You are seeing dwarven forgers whose arms are so riddled by the embers and sparks that come off from their own metals, just embedded in their hands as they look at you with a hammer at the forge. I am a pacifist because of this nature, but I will not be alone to fight this war with you.
If you have a connection to all life, then you have to know who the Green King is.
I know that they are. I know that they're suffering. I know they are confused. I know that they give up something huge to become what they are. And I know that they will be coming here tomorrow with their lost, forgotten sons and a Korokos as a general.
So the Battle of the Battle of Adolphon Prime.
Well, you could call it the Battle of Adolphon Prime, but Adolphon Prime won't be fighting alone. They will have Shin. They will have Acadia. They will have the dwarves, the elves. They will have Nubia Tsuzuku. And they will have you. I like to think that tomorrow it will not be one nation fighting for world freedom and peace. It will be a battle of 5 nations fighting for world peace.
So how could we possibly stop someone who has brought immense amount of force back from the dead?
Well, they were sleeping. They weren't dead. So, in theory, if you can take one living life, you can take multiples. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that about you. I meant in general. Oh, you sweet poor thing. No.
My God.
No, sweetie pie. No. Oh, you little baby
gross.
honey. No, baby child.
Take a
I
bun
meant-
out of the package and put it in Alona's hand.
I'm usually much better with social interactions, but I'm realizing this wound is very fresh. I'm very sorry.
You know what? Rufa's gonna step forward at this point and looks over at Alona and looks at each party member. Actually, really quick, Ian, what weapon does Woodward wield?
I don't think he's ever used it, but he technically has a sickle.
Sickle? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I got idea. Rufa looks at Alona with that fist or our hearts. Looks over at Chonibus with a deadly aim, a bow and an arrow. Looks over at Woodward with claws, fangs, and wings. And then looks over at Itchy with a mighty axe and with a mighty axe and skilled to topple great foes. And perhaps he looks down at his whip. A whip. That is how we should stand against other foes.
0 point. Eastwell continues to smile, and they get the runes out of the cupboard, and they go, "We'll have to do this fast." And they just start rubbing their hands, and as they do, you see the golden light from their hands take these stones, and almost like when butter hits a hot pan and melts into this golden roux, this golden fluid, you see these stone runes kind of turn into this same texture, and then they kind of jump to you. They leap out and they just kind of cover your armor. You all now have +1 armor of your normal type. If you already have a +1 armor, let me know. We'll work that out. They also kind of look and smile at Ilona. They snap at your fierce slam dance shoes, and they said, "The potential to be violent or not has always been present, especially in you. You made a mistake. You learned a lesson. Now you know better. The boots are now able to be lethal or non-lethal at your choosing." And with that, they say, I guess that's it, unless any of you want to buy any more magical items or runes. Now, I would love to have you use my door to do that travel thing that we love to do, but I'm really trying to do some reading before the war breaks out tomorrow. Oh, by the way, someone should be knocking at the door now. And you hear this at the door. Shunimus, could you answer that, please?
Sure. Also, tomorrow?
Yes.
Open store.
Yes, they're going to be mobilized and attacking us from the field of Chester straight to Adolphon Prime by tomorrow. So we should probably ready the, well, I like to call the War of the Five Nations by then.
Cool. She's going to open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you see this familiar form kind of looking, goes a knock, sees you. Eastwell, I didn't kill a griffin and govern an entire city-state for surprises. What is going on? You haven't guessed? Should I come back? You see standing in front of you, Ielenu Obinrin. Behind her is her brother Ewan the Chainbreaker, who's like, what is sister? You make a better window than a door. I can't see around your fat ass. Who are you talking to, sister? And she's like, you will hold your tongue or I will take it from you. You want to go? I will take you in these city streets right now. Sorry, my brother's kind of I will show some respect.
Shit. Just thinking about her too.
I'm gonna open the door just a little bit further, and please come on in. Yeah.
Okay, so they come in, and in another person joins them, another woman. You can kind of tell from little bits and pieces here and there. First of all, they have this beautiful black hair that kind of comes down here, and there's a bit of a curl to it. They have this beautiful flower that's kind of growing from vines that are kind of interlaced in between. They have this beautiful flower right here. They have this low-cut green dress that seems to be kind of stitched in very beautiful ways with vines, actual vines. And they have these really interesting rings with giant stones. And inside them, you also see like some bones as well. They have this wonderful makeup palette on, and they just come in and they're all smiles. And they kind of enter with them. And Ielenu was like, sorry about that. It took a while. A1 had to make a stop somewhere. And he's like, look, I didn't know that boat was going to pop up with all those people that were stolen from their homes. So I sunk it and I freed them. And then we went back to the Zuko and we got everyone ready for the big war tomorrow. The war is tomorrow, right, Isuo? Yeah, A1, dial back. You're a little loud. Cool. Okay. Excited for it.
How long have you known
Yeah.
that it was gonna be tomorrow?
You say that to Isuo?
Yeah, I do.
they say, since Bryax.
Which one?
The recent one.
Okay.
Basically, when the wormkin woke up, that's kind of when the whole picture came
you
clear as
say-
a bell.
The
Did
word.
you say Wormkin?
Yeah, catch. What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know them by their poetic name, the Forgotten Sons. Yes, technically speaking, they're just the Wormkin. They're WIRM. They're a whole group of living, breathing people. History, of course, is a little muddied on them, but they are fused with the lives of the dragons.
Can I say that Rufa, like when it was like offering them to, for them to buy stuff, he was in the back room going through stuff, and you hear a voice goes, "I told you that earlier, remember?"
I'm sorry,
I
what?
told you that
He
earlier,
did.
remember?
Oh, all right, all right.
What?
He told us that earlier.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did mention that.
There's
You
been a lot
never
going
listen
on.
to Rufa.
I
you know
definitely got the
what?
spelling incorrect.
I did too.
I was like, okay, yeah, dead people.
Where-
Wormkin.
where is-
Okay, that's
Oh.
poetic.
Oh.
Sure, zombies. And then I
thought
moved on.
I was thinking
Right.
WYRN the entire the RRM the entire time.
Right, yeah. I
Mm-mm.
definitely took it as like worm in the ground
Yep.
the first
Yep.
time you said it, and I was like, oh, zombies, great.
Mhm.
Yeah. All
Same.
right. Well, live and learn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So, how many people are we working with for our own armies? Like, what's the kind of a diplomat wise? Kind of where are we at?
Well, let's start thinking about it. Now with the members of the triumvirate here, we should probably have an army almost 700,000 to 500,000 strong. We'll probably have about 100 different diplomats and heroes mobilizing. But I think that this may just be the frontline diversion. I think we're going to have a small unit probably get up to the castle.
And
What
there's a
nations
vo-
are here currently?
Well, currently, we have Tezuku, Nubia, Mykanen, and when he says Mykanen, he waves over to the woman with the little flower in her hair, and he says, and Shin should be arriving in the next couple of hours. The North has just arrived. You should be having more of Ulfgard, some of the Svigar, and all of the North Citadel. And here comes the Asmacanians. 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Knock. You hear knocking at the door.
I'll open it again.
really quick, when Izuo says we need a small group, you hear a voice from the back room going, "Gee, Rufa wonders who that would be."
So you open the door. You look out in front of you. You look beyond the door, thinking that maybe someone hit the doorbell and ran or whatever. And then you hear his voice. Hi there. We were told that we were supposed to be here, and I was not going to let you guys down. No way, no how.
Yeah, come on in. This house has been
Sydney,
big
I
enough for all
literally
of us.
think you hit the limiters on your own
Yeah.
microphone. You just came across as like half muted from the pitch you hit with your own voice.
I got excited for Pangolina. And Pangu-chan's in chat now, we know, because Pangolina arrived and she got excited too.
Yeah. You see Pangolina coming in with her warrior mask tied, her pigtails coming out. She has her kind of gray silver gray jumpsuit with her pink tutu and her black combat boots, and she has her backpack on that gives her kind of that protective pangolin backing. But around their waist there's this kind of weird chunky thing that kind of looks awkward. It's the championship belt of Osmocon.
Yeah.
And she just comes walking in and just, hi.
I just fist bump.
Thank you.
Reigning champ.
I just got it. I just got it last week.
I knew you were good.
Only because I got you to look up to, boss.
Oh dear. And I hand her a bun too. I'm just handing out buns
She
to
kind of
13 people.
She takes it, she plops down, legs sploot out, and she just kind of eats it all like happy because it can be. Just
Too
sploot.
cute. Too cute.
And with that, with this room full of heroes from all over the world, knowing that more are arriving and tomorrow more are coming, the dwarves will be here ready for battle. Shin will be bringing the empire. The north is bringing the Svigar raiders, their witches. You have the Bogastrika coming, as well as the northern citadel. You have Tezuku, Nubia, Mykanen bringing their warriors, bringing their priests, their shamans, their queens and kings of battle, maybe even a few Orisa here and there if they can spare it. And with one last thing, you see Tobias enter and he goes, I did make a promise. And then with that, you see kind of like shoving him out of the way, this halfling woman with bright red hair and armor, and walking beside her is this giant dog. This giant mastiff looking bulldog. And she says, all right, now here's what's up. The platinum hammer's here. I'm 4 foot nothing, and I'm going to climb up the first tree of a person I see, orc or not. I'm going to take its head home, and I'm going to use it as a bowling ball. Down's the brakes. Deal with it, die mad. Isn't that right? And the dog just goes, woof. Hey, platinum hammer's here. Let them know the Grand Morale is here to tell great tale today or when this battle's over. And with that, we're going to end episode 62 of Edge of Legend. Be here next week for the War of Five Nations, as you are about to have a grinder of a battle between the hundreds of thousands of wormkin brought from 5,000 years of slumber, spewed onto the world by an empty promise of the Green King and heralded by Korokos himself, as these 5 nations fight for world peace, literally. And we'll see where we go from there. But before we call it a night and start doing goodbyes, it has occurred to me that it is someone's birthday later this week.
Oh no.
And I would like to do a terrible, awful, offensive rendition of a poorly timed happy birthday song as 6 people try to make their Zoom connection sync up. So everyone,
Yes.
join me in a happy birthday song to Kylie. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Kylie.
Beautiful.
Happy birthday to you. And thank you so much, Joe. Did you got that email I sent you, right, Joe? Joe says happy birthday, Kylie.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe, if you can, could you please take that thing I sent you in the email and put it on screen for everyone to see? If you can. Good to show. Yeah, please do. Please show me. Please show it. So, I talked to one of Nat 20 Productions art people and great friend of both myself and Kylie Zach, and we decided that Shonibus should have some new character artwork. And from this moment onward, this is the new official character artwork made with love and time by our friend Zach of Shonibus. And this is our gift to you. This is not only something that exists in Edge of Legend, not only is this made out of love, but this is also a file that I'll be sending to you after the show. This is this is the new artwork for Shionibus.
PJ, we've talked about you making me cry on stream.
Yep.
Bruh.
Happy birthday, dude.
It's so good.
Hey, look, in 2020, you and I were both cursed by the Pandanini meanie, whatever the hell it's called. We couldn't actually have a birthday. I got the wonderful gift of COVID-19, the gift that keeps on giving. But now I want to give you an actual gift on your birthday, and there you go. It's for you, buddy.
Aww.
You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
And emotions are gross. So just kidding. Got you all. I refuse to cry.
And the connection between Kylie and Shionibus has been met.
Right? I was just thinking that too. I was like, show's over, Shionibus.
Yeah, that's the Venn diagram of when art imitates life. It's really just a circle.
It's a circle.
Just a circle.
It's all colored gray.
Yes. Oh, and one last gift. Not only do you all have +1 to your armor, +1 magical armor, you're all now level 5.
Yeah.
It only
So-
took us 2 years.
It took 1 year
And a half.
And a half.
I have.
Change.
maybe. And some change.
Yeah,
Well,
nobody counts 50 cents.
No, what? I throw those at peasants to get me coffee. I don't freaking know.
Hey, that's 2 games of Street Fighter. Just saying.
2 games of Street Fighter. No, Street Fighter's like $1 a play now. Anyway, so with
Inflation's a bitch.
that, it sucks. So everyone's level 5. You have a +1 magical armor of the armor you're wearing, and of course, you have all the awesome magical weapons you've had before. You're level 5. I'm going to stop rambling. With that being said, we're going to bid you adieu. Thank you so much for coming in here. Let's say our goodbyes, starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly dashing Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow, that's MrKapao, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my now 2 YouTube channels for TTRPG stuff. It's Fantastic Tales of Adventure, or if you like horror, it's Dastardly Tales of Horror. And let's see, right now, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm on the Toyzilla Network channel for Toyzilla Live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I talk about toys and all that good stuff. And I think every other Thursday is Purgatory Cafe at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Live Action Roleplay, and every other Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Jahananon Twitch channel. It's we play Modern Age, where it's basically Mighty Max TTRPG. Oh, and really quick, when Rufo was saying all that stuff earlier, first when you heard Tobias, you would have gone, "Is that the intern right here?" Rufo yes. And I should have said for Woodward, and a pickle barrel.
Aww.
Pickle barrel lid.
Oh, pickle
Just a
barrel
that.
blade.
Pickle barrel.
Yeah. Well, that was beautiful and sweet as always. And let's go over to Ian. Please tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
My name is Ian. I go by Bearded Scald on the interwebs, which is 2 places for people like me. It is Twitter and our Discord. Besides all of that, I also run a small business with my fiance called Witch and Heathen, putting out candles and more things coming soon as far as lotions and scent sprays for your room and so on and so forth. And we come out every month with a new update. If you are interested at all, please check out witchandheathen.com. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Next up, Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hi. Hello. My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That's everywhere. I'm all over the place. I do have a YouTube channel, which I will be updating soon, where I read basically myths, legends, folklore, and we discuss the morals that we take away from those. I do it in character as a cute little fae lady. But yeah, if you are interested in that, I have a lot of content up already if you haven't seen all of it. So be sure to check that out, and I will be updating that very soon.
Well, I think it's only fitting that we spoil the birthday girl one more time, and you get to be the last person to say goodbye before me. So please, Kylie, please tell them who you are, where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet. Did I miss Sam?
Have you gone?
Oh no!
Damn it! I'm bad at this. Well, I'm sorry, Kylie.
I was gonna give it up for Kylie.
Nope. I said she was gonna go last, and I'm very rude. I forgot Sam. So Sam,
There's the
please.
PJism.
Uh,
Very rude.
Well,
Look,
my
look,
hair.
they're not
Oh
they're
my
not
God.
great isms. They're the only ones I'm stuck with. So Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Yes, hello. It's Sam. You can find me on the internet at Hey Sam Sterling. That's mostly it. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Purgatory Cafe is next Thursday. I love Purgatory Cafe. Please come watch it. That's it. Back to you.
Awesome. Okay, Kylie. Now it's your turn. Who you are? Where can find you? Please say.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
sure? Positive?
I mean, hold on.
Too late.
Check
Hi,
your
I'm
notes.
Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life pretty much everywhere on the internet. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good jazz. A couple of things. On Friday nights, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, then everything else. You can find me at Chromatic Dice here on Twitch. We are in a campaign called The Reckoning of Arcanon, where we have the Antonin, we have a half elf, two half elves, fire genasi, and a whole bunch of chaos. We currently think we have awoken an ancient dragon. So that's a lot of fun. And I'm dealing with a creepy god that keeps hanging around. So that's fun too. Always. When I'm not there, also we do free dice giveaways if you want to like hang out and chat and get cool dice from not Chromatic Dice, that's us. From Critical Dice. We do free dice giveaways every Friday for every stream, all day, every day. We also do reruns on Wednesdays at 5:30 still, so you can always check out the last episode that happened before catching up with our new streams on Fridays. On to the next one. I am also a part of Asgard D&D Adventures for the Wayward Path on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., where I play the amazing gunslinger Monroe Hawksmith, who is currently trying to deal with getting her boyfriend back from the dead. So, who is a player of our own. So that's a great time and always a fun little hiatus we get to come back from. That's not this week, but the upcoming week, which I believe is the 11th? Well, something like that, whatever the next Sunday is. I am also going to one of Arcane's events. If you have not seen the show on Netflix, please do. It is absolutely amazing. I'm going to that tomorrow, so I'm sure to have more content for you guys. And if it's something you're interested, please, it is well worth the money. It's an interactive experience. It's amazing. Please go check it out.
Awesome. That just leaves me. I'll make it quick. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me, confront me. Let's have fun when I'm not here with these absolute legends that I love and adore, and you legends in the chat who I also love and adore. You can find me, Mr. Michael Powell, on Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30, doing At the Table, discussing things related to books and RPGs, TTRPG books and RPG stuff. You can also find me on Tabletop Roles, playing Strength of Thousands with my little good boy, Benji the Basenji Magus, who just wants to do stage magic. And you can also find me on Thursdays. I think we're coming back from hiatus next Thursday for Blue Collar DM's D&D 5e campaign. And this weekend, I'm going LARPing with some of these fine folks. So if I have no voice on Wednesday, that's why. So until then, please stick around. We'd love to see you next week, as we're like 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes away, 2 episodes away from wrapping up the entire first campaign. So please tune in for these next 2 weeks. Or at least the first campaign. And please tune in. I'm rambling. We're rating. We're going to be rating Behold Roleplay. Yeah.
Behold.
Behold.
Roleplay.
Right.
They're playing D&D.
Well then.
Hey, yo.
I'm so glad. I just imagine someone going like, Behold Roleplay.
Reginald Silverspire has made a return. Well then.
Yay.
I love it. All right, we are rating in 3, 2, 1.